Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope everyone is having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Yeah, good morning, Carlos. Do you remember yesterday you mentioned it was finally fall in your neck of the woods?
Yeah.
Well, it's been fall here for a couple of days, and I didn't realize my house had been doing a great job of insulating itself. But with the temperature not getting warm during the day, I woke up this morning and it was freaking freezing in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I turned on I didn't realize the furnace wasn't on, so turned it on, and it is not yet warm. So this is why I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
I'm just warming up here.
Uh, Today was one of the coldest days. We haven't turned on the heat yet in my household, right? We don't turn on until we actually need
Uh,
to. We like a nice, a little bit colder. And last night, I didn't have it. I haven't programmed to automatic. You got the Nest, whatever. Had not done that. I was completely off. And last night I woke up at 5. I'm like, oh, it is
yeah,
brisk. So I turned it on,
yeah.
and
I
first time
I
it
had to
comes
help
on
my
for the
wife
year. Yeah.
scrape frost off the car this morning, so it's time. For me,
It's time.
that's the first signal. That's time that I have to clean the garage so she can park her car in there. So
Yeah, it makes
it'll be
things
a
very
weekend.
easy on those snowy days and cold days. Um, Friends, as we wrap up what's been a interesting week, here's our gappers list for this beautiful Friday. Continues to be heavy on the green side, right? So, we're just up and up and up on a lot of things, right? So here we have some names that we're not that familiar with. We'll dive into those in just a second. UAMI's back on here. USAR is on deck again, and then we have some of our usual suspects towards the bottom. So again, the list continues to grow. Just everything in the green this morning. So even
Uh,
Nvidia, which I don't see on here, even Nvidia is gapping up slightly today. It's not on the gap up list today, but even they are on deck this morning. You was gonna say
well,
something, Peter?
yeah, Carlos, and one that I did see on the list was Rigetti. And
Yep.
yesterday, you guys may remember, I just made maybe a little Freudian slip where I called it Regretti. And in the endless creativity of our chat room members, Chip M has, I presume, used some AI engine out there to create this beautiful image you can see on Carlos. We got my screen there. There you go. So no regretty. I love it. Absolutely love it. So and there was no regretty with with Rigetti yesterday, as it had an interesting day. Some quite aggressive moves off the open, and then it closed the day back at the high. So yeah, it was definitely in play yesterday. So no regretty here. Love it. You guys,
Awesome
man.
stuff, man.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's dive in, Peter. Let's look at some of the U.S. economic calendar stuff. Anything fun happening today?
Well, not as much fun as we might normally have because, again, as the header says here in our YouTube video, day 9 of the government shutdown, which means we continue to not get data. The only thing that we were expecting here is the Chicago. Well, their opening remarks being given by Goolsby at an event at 9:45, 10 a.m. We should still get consumer sentiment because I think that comes from private sources. But the federal budget data is not going to be available because with the shutdown, that is not going to be produced. So basically, pretty quiet day. We just have the 10 a.m. consumer sentiment. And like we talked about, I am waiting to see if and when the market starts to get nervous with the lack of data because it means that it'll lose touch a little bit with what the US economy is doing. Now, that being said, I mean, well, it hasn't feel like there's any big shifts other than the government, the federal workers being sort of put on furlough again, whether they agree to it or not. I guess it's not really furlough because they're working. Well, some are working without pay. Others are, I guess, really are not working. But there are weird things happening, right? Which I think could start to filter into the market. I mean, I don't know why this morning, Carlos, but my news feeds seem to be flooded with all of these posts, and maybe it's because a recent thing that's going around of course, the terrible, terrible destruction that is happening in Portland, and how the city is absolutely being ravaged. And anyways, I'm quoting the President Trump. But of course, all the posts that we're getting this morning were people in inflatable unicorn and animal costumes dancing in front of ICE agents. So it it seems to be people are taking the opportunity to point out that maybe the issues in Portland aren't quite as severe as they might have been portrayed. So
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know what the truth of what's going on is, but it seems like there's there's anyways, this type of stuff is the stuff that could create uncertainty and concern with the markets, right? Because and that's really what I'm focused on is how does this affect the markets? What do we need to expect as we look for trading opportunities? And again, the markets generally don't like uncertainty. In this period though, they've been remarkably fine with it. So it's a wild west out there. We'll have to see what's happening. So, anyways, the SPY right now, yeah, like it's just been hovering here, right? Pretty much. I mean, at all-time high levels. It even yesterday we got a new all-time high. We opened basically at an all-time high. So it's not like the markets are saying, "Oh my God," fear the economy. They're sort of like, we got this. We're still okay. But who knows? The moment that sentiment will change. Maybe there'll be something that happens this weekend. I mean, maybe it'll be something that happens in the next hour. You just never know. So I'm sitting poised and ready, hoping that I can get a good trading opportunity. I didn't have a great trading day yesterday, so I think I'm also hoping to end the day on a little bit of a high note. So we'll see what happens.
All right, we'll definitely see. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You end the day well, but we'll make it up today. We'll make it up today, hopefully.
Well,
all right,
it started rough. Yesterday I had that
yeah.
bad trade on. I was trying to get AMD short, and I was a little early. A little early.
Oh
So
yeah, I remember that. And then
right?
then it moves like
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah, it sucks.
yeah. So, anyways,
Yep.
we can make up for it
Yeah,
today.
we sure will today, friends. All right, everyone on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, help us out. Hit that thumbs up. We really appreciate it. It does help the channel out a ton to grow our trading community. So we'd love to get your support there. With that, let's jump into our list. Yet 41, and I just hit the like button, so I'm there too. Okay, let's jump into our trading terminal list here. Gapping up this morning, SGBX. Let's see what's on here. XG. BX this morning, so we are up 82%, as high as 950. We're back down to 589 at the moment. So this thing was, really running here. Not sure what's going on. Low flow at under 1 million shares flow, so pretty low flow here, Peter. Hard to borrow, so no inventory for sure. I mean, all the bells and whistles and red flags are up on this thing. What's the latest and greatest?
Yeah. So remember what I said yesterday? If it's got an X or a Z in it,
Yeah.
may not be a great trader. So Safe and Green is the name of this company. Safe and Green Holdings, which they're listed as a metal fabrication company. It looks like they make modular homes. It looks like they started by using shipping containers. Do you remember that fad where people were trying to make homes out of shipping containers? Anyways, it looks like that's where Safe and Green Holdings Corp started, and they've evolved since then. But it seems like they're on this. The only news I see related to them is that yesterday they regained compliance with NASDAQ listing requirements, which they had lost, but they were given a time to make reparations, which they successfully have. So they're now viable for continued listing on the exchange, which is good news for them. I noticed that it's hard to borrow today, so they're re-enabling trading lightly. And a good volume, 31 million shares this morning, up 81%. Now, so that means that this is a $3 stock yesterday, as you can see, at just under $6 now, but had hit a high earlier this morning of almost $10. So definitely, you got to consider this a high risk, low float. This is a company with a 500,000 share float and $1.5 million market cap. So again, this is I always look at it in terms of how many Andrews is this company. And Andrew could buy this entire company and it would barely make a noticeable dent into his trading account, let alone his other holdings. So yeah, high risk, not something I'm probably going to spend a lot of time on.
I like that. How many Andrews is this company? We need some
Yeah,
kind of
this company's
emoji
like,
or GIF.
yeah, it's
How
point
many
1
Andrews is it?
Andrews. Yeah, it's point 1
Yes,
Andrews, so
not
it
gonna
doesn't
do
even
it.
read.
Yep, yep. All right. I love our indicators. All right, let's look at this here. YHGJ. If your ticker doesn't roll off my tongue, it's probably
Yeah.
not a good trading ticker. I'll tell you that right now. So let's look at this again because I typed it wrong. YHGJ. Okay. Can you make this more complicated than what it needs to be? Young Hung Green. Go figure. The name is
It's the
that.
second one with green in its title. What the
Yeah.
heck's going on?
Up as high as 34% right now. Was high as much as 12.18, dropping this morning. So again, not sure what's going on here, but another low flow ticker under a million as well. Again, these things just for me that they just don't trade well.
Yeah, I really don't have any news. I mean, 2 weeks ago they executed a reverse split, but that doesn't explain why it's on our list today. This is a packaging and container company. It says it's based in the U.S., but Young Hong Green CTI Limited, I don't just doesn't. It looks like they must have bought CTI Industries at some point. Young Hong CTI Corporation. Yeah, they make foil novelty balloons, latex balloons, and custom film products. Okay. Hi,
Hmm.
Carlos. I know more about this company than I want to at this point, so we can just move on.
Facts. Okay, let's go on to the next one, friends. Right on here is going to be APLD. So if I could type APL, my fingers are cold, man. They're just not. They're not getting the letters out fast enough. It's like we're stagnant. What's going on here? APLD. All right, up 25% this morning. 5.7 million shares traded. Is active. It's a beautiful pop. Looks like it started last night after hours, Peter. If I look at the intraday here, you got some activity. What's going on with them? They look good today.
Yeah, yesterday afternoon they sort of announced that they had a couple of new deals, that they beat their numbers in the quarter, and I think that there's good things ahead. So it's they have a 150 megawatt data center, AI data center expansion that they've announced. So yeah, good news for APLD. In the room, a couple of people were talking about this yesterday. And I don't know. We've seen this like over the years. It's been a number of years that this thing has been on and off our list. Big jump though this morning, up 25%. Much bigger move than it normally has. 5.8 million shares. It actually looks pretty good. I mean, this is not a low float by any stretch. It's got 208 million shares in the float. It's about a $7.5 billion company. This morning it's more than that. It's about a $9 billion company, I guess, at current price. So it's decently poised, and they've got good growth news. I yeah, it's a maybe. I don't know. It could possibly trade well today.
Yeah, yeah. We'll leave it alone for now. Actually, no, I was looking at ORBS. We'll leave that alone for a second. But yeah, APLD, I like this one. I do like this one. I think I'm going to add it. I'm not sure if it's going to stay on the main list, Peter. I'm with you. But pre-market does look interesting to me. So let's see what happens. Nice gap up, good volume. I don't think I ever have seen this ticker trade before, but today we'll keep a close eye on it. Next one here is ORBS, which again didn't trade so hot yesterday, and this is the one that I was mentioning I'm not going to even bother with. But they're up 24% today, 4.4 million shares traded. If you like this one, you could definitely have it on deck. Again, this is just not my type of stock.
No, Orbs. I do like the name though.
Yeah,
Good
the name's
old
great.
Orbs. 8Co Holdings. Still don't understand how their ticker relates to the name of the company, but in any event, I yeah, I don't like it either. I mean, we'd mentioned it yesterday, so I did peek in on it occasionally. Frankly, the trading was pretty difficult to take advantage of. I mean, I guess if you just got short and held it, it was okay. But yeah, I sort of didn't like the way it was moving. Volume was relatively low. Anything that ends up with less than 10 million shares, I'm really skeptical of. Even the big ones. I mean, heck, I was trying to trade Meta yesterday, and I think it was only trading. It only traded like 10 million shares at the time, and the price action was too slow for me. So ORBS, it's also hard to borrow, I noticed this morning. So for all those reasons, not a target. You're on mute, Carlos, if you're talking.
I am. I am on mute, actually. Thank you. We'll leave that one alone. Yeah, every time I switch off, I put it on mute because I don't want you guys to hear all this when I'm typing back to people in chat. Oh, yeah, it's annoying. I
We
bet on
don't
the
hear
other
it.
side. You don't hear that? Hold on.
I
Let me
don't.
see.
I can't hear anything. So, anyone hear him
Really?
typing? Listen up. Okay, type as loud as you can.
Okay.
See, that I can barely hear, but
I'm
yeah.
typing hard and misspelling words on YouTube. Okay.
All
Oh,
right.
so I won't worry about
Fair
muting then.
enough.
I'm
All
over
right.
here. Okay. Very nice. And especially if you're talking, you're definitely not going to hear it. So yeah, okay, awesome. All right, let's continue here, guys. Sound quality is everything, guys. I mean, we can get through a video with bad quality. You have bad sound, you're done.
Yeah.
It's just, sound is key.
True.
You know, protect the ears. All right, here it is. You Amy is next. And you Amy, how was? Remind me yesterday. This thing was a United States American Exchange.
Antimony. United States
Antimony, yeah.
Antimony Corp. Antimony apparently
Yeah.
is the 51st element on the periodic table of the elements. I had to actually look it up because I didn't even know it was on the periodic table, but I did call up the periodic table of the elements and confirmed antimony is on there. It is 51st. I got that right. Look at that. Yeah, so
Yeah.
second day play. But look at this. I mean, moving about the same range it did yesterday up. So maybe I shortchanged it yesterday. The trading action though, if you look over the course of the day, really wasn't that much. Like it sort of moves sideways. A lot of these moves seem to be happening overnight. So if it does the same thing today, it's likely to move just sideways and hold the gains. So
Okay. Yeah. And man, this thing keeps rocking. I'm just looking at the daily. It just keeps going, Peter. Yeah, it's insane.
Yep.
As great as
Good
that
swing
looks,
trade.
yeah, exactly. As great as that looks, I don't think it's good for us as far as intraday trading. CRML, this critical metals was on our list yesterday as well. Today they're up another 12%, 2.7 million shares traded. So it is moving and rocking here. Peter, I just don't like this. Even the intraday action yesterday, we did get going, but I didn't really like the way it was trading. So I'm going to keep my eyes off of it for now. Not sure if anybody else likes it. You can definitely watch it. Again, metals have been getting a lot of attention lately.
Yeah, all of these rare earth metal companies. So CRML is one of them. USAR, I noticed, is on the list. We just talked about UAMY. There's a few of them, right, that we keep seeing pop up because in the Western world, the realization that there was a huge dependence on Chinese mining is sort of coming to the forefront as people figure out alternate sources of these metals. So. You know what? I mean, how long before Elon's got to get into this game, right? How long before we start mining asteroids? I mean, we got to be close, right? Don't we? Maybe I'm just hopeful.
Mm,
I don't know, but
could be wishful thinking. We'll see.
yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. All right. This list is just crappy. Let's look at one more. DPRO. All right. DPRO. And we are up here 10%, 442,000 shares traded. I did see this on the list yesterday as well, as it did. I believe it was gap on the gap up list. I don't know how much was gapping up by, but it did. It moved. I just don't know. Float on this one is 5 million shares float. As it dropped lower, got some other tickers leading the way now, but 5 million shares float, Peter. Again, low flow tickers, I'm just not into them.
No, well, this one's we had seen on the list last week. This is the Canadian company called Dragonfly, where dragon is misspelt purposely with Dragan. Anyways, Dragonfly.
Oh yeah,
But they
yeah.
did announce that they've been invited to demonstrate their drones, their unmanned systems, and an integrated drone solutions at the Association of the U.S. Army's annual meeting and exposition, which is happening October 13th to 15th. And they will be, if you're interested, they will be in booth 943. So, alongside their newest partner, Defense Prime Global Ordnance. Doesn't that sound like an intimidating company name? Hi there. I represent Defense Prime Global Ordnance. Anyways,
Yeah, don't piss that
uh,
guy off.
so yeah, these
Yeah.
guys are called DPRO. They should this other company should be called DPRGO. They're that's what they have the initials for. Anyways, yeah. So still, cool for them. Not I tradable. I don't think so.
Yeah, not. I personally don't like it. All right, let's stop here. This list, every time I scroll down, it gets longer and longer and longer. Same thing happened yesterday. I see MP here. I think we need to give MP a second opportunity, Peter, a
Hmm.
second chance
You think?
to allow us to redeem
Yeah,
ourselves.
it's
Let
another
me see how it looks
metals.
today. Let me see how it looks today.
Let's see.
Well, maybe today's not the day. All right, I take it back. Maybe today's not the day to allow us to redeem ourselves in this one because it doesn't look great at all, actually.
No.
But yeah, maybe another day. All right, Peter, I'm gonna stop here. What do you like on the gap up this morning?
Well, that's a great question. Nvidia is gapping up once again, sitting at all-time highs. Yesterday was an interesting day for it, where it pretty much opened at all-time highs, went higher. 195 is what it sort of peaked out at, and settled back down to close at 192.50. Today it's opening at 193.60, or at least that's where it's sitting right now. So yeah, always in play, this Nvidia. It's going. Meanwhile, AMD, my good buddy, it's not on the gap up list because, this has been a great week for AMD. It's been up, it's been down. Well, more, it's been, yeah, actually, no, sorry. It was up, but that
Yeah,
was pre-market Monday. Then it was down and down again, and then up
yeah,
and now down. So it's just been one of these weeks where, like, AMD, man, totally in play. So it may take a breather. I'm thinking that today may be the day that AMD says, "Okay, I'm tired. I'm taking the Friday off, leaving the office early to go enjoy the weekend." Who knows? And maybe not, but I wouldn't be surprised if AMD is not in play. Gapping up though, Tesla gapping up this morning, also in play. Not as much. Hasn't been as great a week on Tesla to find opportunities, but it's always out there. Um, and I did mention yesterday Meta. Meta had such a big rise higher yesterday. I was trying to catch a short on this, and it really wasn't participating. Meta, I don't know why it was so happy, but yeah, happy, made some investors happy as it regained some of what it lost. I mean, it's nowhere near the all-time highs, which are about $800, but it at least put a couple of bucks into the coffers yesterday. So see what it can do today.
yep. Oh, we sure will. The mill makes asking IREN. You know what? IREN, this is one that I seen it in play. Me and Peter have seen it in play many times. And every time I put it on my main list, it does not trade well. It trades very choppy. So the daily looks amazing. But the intraday, for me,
Yep.
the way I trade, has not given me good opportunities, man. And that's why I see on the gap, it's just like,
Yeah.
whatever. I do one of those. But
Yeah, Iran
yeah,
is one of those companies that I think is great for the swing trading list. So a lot of the miners I would put on that. Again, not good day trading, but if you say I'm going to take a position, I'm willing to hold it for a couple of days or a couple of weeks. Usually that's when you can see opportunity. I mean, just look at Iran, right? But look at how small the candles are leading up, right? There's really not a lot of intraday volatility, but between one day and the next, or between one week and the next, obviously this thing would have been great. I mean, you could have got in a month and a half ago, 6 weeks ago, right? This stock was trading at $25. So, you could have more than doubled your money by now. So that's pretty good for a swing trade.
yeah, we just don't know. But again, it depends on your style of trading and what you like as far as strategies, right? For your strategy, it could be the best thing ever. But I haven't had any success personally with it. Let's take a look here at what's gapping down. SUGP. I feel like this was down on the list yesterday too, or was it on gap? Was this? Oh, gap
Hey,
up.
you know
So we
what?
saw it. Yeah, go ahead.
I just saw one on the up list there, Rocket Lab. I just saw it flash through as
Mm.
you went over it. I
What do
didn't
we got
do
going on?
that.
Rocket Lab. What's going
Rocket
on here?
Lab's on the list. That made me look it up here. It's up 5%, 1.4 million shares. Good volume. That's also one that's been doing well. Apparently, they
Yeah.
announced this morning that they've signed a deal with JAXA, the Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency. to get a contract for 2 Electron launches using the Japanese launch facilities. So that's good news for them. Anyways,
Yeah.
their Rocket Lab launch complex in New Zealand will be deployed. Oh, I see. No, sorry. They're going to be using their facilities to deploy satellites for the Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency. Got it. Okay. So that's good news. That's interesting. It always amazes me that, like when I think space, I think NASA, and then I think SpaceX. But the reality is there's a lot of countries with space launch capability that I don't know, sort of escapes our notice a lot of the time, doesn't it? So
Yeah. Yeah. Um, are you putting this on the list, Peter? Is it primary or secondary?
I mean, Rocket Lab again. It's another one. I think it's a swing trade type list thing. It doesn't
Mm,
typically trade well intraday. I mean, look at what it did yesterday. It was pretty horrible yesterday.
yeah.
So yeah, I
Yeah, it's
can't.
pretty choppy. Now, a
Yeah,
good comment here by Osam is that is correct. I do see a lot of stocks that the morning they're very choppy. And again, I usually trade up to about 11 a.m. And then later in the day they go on these runs, Peter. And you see some of those. You know which ones those are, where they trade very bad to open, and then later they settle down and they have these beautiful runs, right? So they could be Iron could be one of those tickers where it does that, and some other ones that for me personally they just don't trade well to open. Then later they could get a lot better, right? So just keep that in mind as you're putting your list together. All right, so did we look at SUGP? I believe we did. And again, just a little bit messy here, so I'm going to leave this one alone. It's down 17%, 250,000 shares traded. Second day play from yesterday being up nicely here all the way to 11.
right.
But again, we didn't really trade this one. Low flow stock at 4 million, so be extremely cautious with that. Next year, VG Venture Global looks brutal. Volume 1 million down 18%. Just the pre-market alone looks messy. The daily barely's got any volume besides this one day here. So I am not interested in this thing at all, especially with this type of pre-market activity. Looks like it got going last night. Last night had a little drop here from 12 down to about 11, 1080, and today continuing off of that, Peter. So Venture
Yeah,
Global.
I obviously don't know the background here, but Venture Global looks like they embarked on an ill-fated venture to sue one of their own customers, BP, formerly known as British Petroleum. Anyways, BP, well, you look, you're taking on one of the big boys in the industry. This is an oil and gas company, by the way, and it was an arbitration case over LNG, liquefied natural gas, and they lost. And I would think that they were probably out lawyered. That's BP's got an army of lawyers, and Venture Global, I imagine not being anywhere near the size of BP. So yeah, they suffered a defeat there, and that's what's taken the stock down. Probably not tradable. I usually like mining. I avoid oil and gas generally.
Yeah, yeah. No, don't like this at all. Next on here, MOS, another one that just looks like garbage, really. So nothing to see here. Pretty bad. All right, let me stop here. Peter, we'll go to you, man. What do you like this morning on the gap down list? Not a whole lot here, but actually IonQ just popped up. XPEF. Anything else you like here?
I'm looking at VG a little deeper here, and it is a
Yeah.
NYSE stock, New York Stock Exchange. It's down 18%, but this news hit after hours last night, which led to the big drop, and it continued. I don't. This could be. Yeah, I might actually put it on my list, on a secondary list, just to see if maybe we can get a Rising Devil type play at the open. Um, the
Mm,
risk is that this recovers some. I don't know how severe this is to their overall profitability. But when you sue any of your customers and lose, or at least go to arbitration with them and lose, that's usually not good, because not only did you lose the suit, but you probably just lost the customer.
yeah.
Um,
What is that about, man? You couldn't pick up the phone and have a call. Like you had to take it that far. You couldn't say, "Hey, listen, man, let's help me help you." Like come on, have that conversation. You got to take it
yeah.
that far, huh?
And
All
it
right.
was an interesting. I'm just reading the details now. Venture Global. So, they usually these companies that are producing gas and commodities like this, they will they enter into long-term contracts. And apparently, Venture Global made the decision to ship their capacity to on the spot market rather than the long-term contracts. So, which means that they said, I can make more money off the spot market, so I'm not going to honor my long-term contracts with a big company like BP. Instead, I'm going to fill them on the spot market, which in the short term obviously gave them some money. In the long term, well, BP won the objection as filed with the arbitrator, and they're additionally seeking more than $1 billion in damages. So, yeah. So
Yeah, it's not gonna go well.
that feels problematic enough that maybe I'm going to change my opinion. So generally, I don't watch these, but this news feels bad enough that it could take this company down lower. I'll keep an eye on it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
One ziptillion dollars. Yes.
Yeah, that's I was gonna say the same thing. Like if you will mess this relationship up if the contract is so bad and you're getting screwed so bad that you don't care. That's a reason to do that. But other than
Yeah.
that, it just doesn't make sense. All right, Peter. As far as gap down, anything else you like today?
I noticed Serve Robotics is back on the list. We talked about these guys yesterday and their cute little eyeballed robots out there. Good day up. This is really just feels like a second day pullback play. So probably not much going on. Although it did actually move surprisingly well yesterday. I thought it traded a little bit better than I had anticipated. Of course, if you look at the volume yesterday compared to most days, I mean, it was like, 5 times its normal volume. So there you go.
That's good. Why deliver a 2 pound burritos, 2 pound burritos in a 2 ton car? That's
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah,
Makes
fair
sense.
enough. I mean,
Who cannot agree with that? I mean,
is it? I never thought about that. When you eat a burrito, you're eating 2 pounds of burrito?
no, I don't. No, no. I think uh,
That's,
maybe is it 2 pounds?
I don't know.
I never weighted it, man. I
Like
don't know.
even for someone
Those
like me,
things are packed. It's a lot. I don't.
that's
I
almost
usually get the
1% of
burritos.
my body weight.
Yeah,
So
the
that means
burritos
after I eat a
are.
burrito, if you are what you eat, I'm 1% burrito? That's awesome. All
Yes, you are. You should be.
right.
Um,
Love it.
but yeah, there it is. Serve Robotics.
Okay, cool.
In play today, Peter. Are you putting this on the list?
No, no, I just noticed it was on the list from yesterday. I don't think it's going to move that well. There were just some familiar tickers on there, like Ion Q. I noticed Ion Q is down this morning. A good price action early on. 2.8 million shares traded. Yesterday, I had looked at this because we were looking at a bunch of stuff in this rough sector. And oh my God, the price action was just horrible, absolutely horrible. The only time it played was the last hour of the day, but for the rest of the day, I mean, you just have to look at a 5 minute chart to see how absolutely ugly this thing was over the course of the trading day yesterday. So, um, oh no, Ion Q. I was talking, yeah, see, look at that. Doesn't that just make you cringe, Carlos? Like I could I have nightmares of getting caught in, trades like this where you're stuck in a trade. So in any event, did you hit mute again?
No, 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 no. I'm not saying
Okay.
anything
All
yet.
right. Oh, okay.
Um,
But anyways, yeah. So Ion Q again, good volume this morning, but based on that yesterday, really I'd be nervous about spending too much time with this. So uh
gotcha.
Carlos is, you think he's eating a burrito? I don't know.
No,
I think
no, no, no. I'm still looking at this robot. I'm just reading on it. But yeah. No, no eating a burrito. I don't get the burritos, man. It's too much. It's too much. Tacos is
no,
okay. Burrito is
my daughter, my middle child, is a massive burrito fan. Like that's her
really
favorite
not
food.
not a
So
big
she
fan. Tacos, yes, not the
burritos her
burrito.
go-to. No,
Not the burrito.
they're
No,
no,
they're
I
good. Don't get
do
me wrong. But if
I do
I'm going
like
to a
burritos.
Mexican place, I'm either gonna get tacos or enchiladas or something else, but not the burritos in Colombia. I had it before, but it's not my go-to.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
a good burrito though is very tasty. I got to give him that. But yes,
Yeah.
it is like cradling a small baby sometimes when you get the big ones. But there's this
Exactly.
great. I always think every time I think burritos, I'm going to digress for a second with a story, but pardon me because I'm old, so I do that. There was this great complaint letter that was written to a burrito restaurant. I don't know if it was a Chipotle or something else, where the person provided diagrams and everything about how badly their burrito was assembled and how you should actually assemble burrito. It was famous online a few years ago. I don't know if anybody's seen this, but where they talk about the proper way to distribute the ingredients through a burrito rather than having like one bite that's all guacamole and one bite that's
Yeah.
all like meat. Instead, it should be evenly spread with every bite in the burrito. Anyways, just the one of the most awesome complaint letters I've ever read. Very entertaining. So
Yeah.
if
It's
you
if you're gonna do
feel
it, do it
like
right. It's an art.
yeah, go find that
Yeah.
online. It was quite funny. Anyways, all right, moving on.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, friends. That is, man. I don't got much going on our the
No,
scappers list. But let's do
relatively.
this. Let's go to the story that's kind of making headlines. Nvidia and China anti
Mm,
monopoly, whatever that is. Anti monopoly trust. They're
yeah.
they're accusing Nvidia, and I think Qcom is involved of this. So obviously, you pull up the Nvidia chart, and there's it doesn't care. It's up today, well, slightly, but Qcom though it's not, Peter. That one is taking a bit of a hit here. It's down as 157, back up to 163, but again, not down much, given the accusation.
Yeah, I mean it's for for look for a country that is well known for not worrying about copyright laws and allowing their companies to rip off technologies and copy them to claim monopoly practices and anti-competitiveness in on behalf of Nvidia. Just it's like so much in this world these days, it just makes you shake your head. But you know what? Good for them. So China is trying very hard to. I feel like they're pulling out all of the tricks out of the bag to try and demonstrate why they need to develop their own AI chip market. They're trying to incentivize their local companies to develop harder and faster. They are trying to demonize some of the large chip companies, the US-based chip companies within their region, not only in China, but in the Asia Pacific countries. You know what? I guess, they're going to do what they're going to do. So take it for what it's worth. So far, as you said, Nvidia as a stock seems to be shrugging it off. And I get why they're doing it. It feels, of course, completely disingenuous. But you know what? If I just step back a second, look, so much of what we hear from any government, I don't care if it's the Canadian government, the US government, the Chinese government, most of it seems disingenuous these days. So, I mean, maybe it's just always been and I'm getting jaded, but who knows?
No,
But anyway, so yeah,
I
that
agree.
news. China seems to be pushing very hard to try to do everything they can to discredit Nvidia, while at the same time acknowledging they're leading the AI market, which is why they're working so hard, right? To push on them and all of the leading chip suppliers. So you mentioned Qualcomm; they're in the crosshairs here as well, just because of a couple of their chipsets and where they sit. So,
Yeah,
um, you know,
and I think they
it's
mentioned it was like Qualcomm was like 40% of their business is in China, so that's a big chunk for them.
yeah,
Something
yeah.
like that, right? So
Yeah.
it's Nvidia's not gonna
It
care
can
so
be a
much.
big hit. And, again, this is all very complicated, right? Because, we focus on chips, but chip is the well, is it even the end product? Maybe AI is the end product. But anyways, I mean, it's the end manufactured physical product. But, we've been talking rare earth metals, and there's a big conversation about the rare earth metals, of course, in here. And hey, the chip companies rely on them very heavily. So, all of these discussions about where do you get them, how do you source them reliably, all of that matters very much to the tech industry, and China knows that. I mean, I would never ever accuse the Chinese government of being dumb. They know what they're doing. They're very smart. They have long time horizons about what they're looking to do, and it's you got to be aware of that, and nervous of it to a certain degree. So we'll see what comes of this. I mean, the short term, I said it seems like the chip stocks are not being affected, but longer term, what impact will it have? I don't know. We'll have to all find out together as we get there.
I mean, you really can't trust anything anymore. You really can't. Let me look at this in 2 seconds. I asked ChatGPT, generate a picture of this guy saying seriously. Did they spell that right? You gotta check the spelling. Sometimes the spelling be off on ChatGPT. They're getting better, but man, this looks real. It looks really good. You can't trust anything anymore. You just can't trust anything. Um, speaking, my father was with a friend yesterday, and he's on a call, and the guy he's like, yeah, you guys keep calling me about this bill I have to pay, so I just want to pay now. Let me give you my card. And then my father's just kind of listening in. He's one of his buddies, and he says, he's like, he starts turns to my dad like, yeah, I'm with the Easy Pass people, and he's like, whoa, what do you mean with the Easy Pass people? No, 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 no. He's about to give him his card. Like, no, hang up the phone right now. Those people never call anybody. He's like, no, she's from Easy Pass. It's like, don't give her your card. They never call nobody. And I switched way, hey, hello. She hung up. So
There
he
you
was
go.
about to get scammed. I'm like, Easy
Oh
Pass,
no.
DNV, nobody from the government is gonna call you. They send you a letter, they'll suspend your license. They're not gonna call you. So it just made me think like people do get caught with these scams. So he was doing something else and listening to the call, and then just as he's not paying attention, getting ready to pull out his card to pay $50
Oh
supposedly, right?
man,
So
yeah.
people, be careful out there. If you get a call, you're not sure, say, hey, I'll call the company back, and call the company back on a regular number. It's getting too good, and people are just getting, taken advantage of. So just be careful out there. And that reminds me to let you know that nobody at BBT is ever going to reach out to you and offer
Yeah.
you anything, any kind of inner circle or blah, blah, blah. No, 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 no. We're not going to do that. So
Par-
if they do, it's a fake account.
Paris was talking about this in the chat room yesterday, how there was a couple of people out there spamming his account where they had the same name. They even have "I love you Tesla" in the headline. The only difference was like a period at the end of his name, but they were showing estimated returns, and if you're pride funding that he'll invest on your behalf. Total scam. We will never, ever, ever trade on anybody's behalf. If anybody's telling you they'll trade for you, you'll never see your money again. Don't trust it.
Mm.
It's not from us. Don't do it. So yeah, good warning, Carlos. There's unfortunately a lot of those out there. Even when you're subscribing or you're setting it up, make sure that you're going to the original website. Do it yourself. Yeah, we that's the thing that terrifies us more than anything is the occasional stories we get of people that unfortunately trusted the wrong person and lost their money. And
Yeah.
we know that unfortunately being in the public sphere like this, we are targets, and others think they can take advantage of you. So please make sure that, yeah, again, we will never trade on your behalf. We'll never ask you to sort of provide your funding account, and we'll make it happen. If anybody's even suggesting that, it's not real. We obviously sell our services, access to the chat room, the trading terminal. Those are real if you go there, but you know the service, you know where to go to find it. Again, we're not going to reach out and ask you for information. So yeah,
Yeah.
please don't get scammed. And to your point, Carlos, they come into your house. I mean, it happens all the time. And you mentioned Easy Pass. Heck, I don't use Easy Pass often, right? I mean, I'm Canadian, but my daughter went to the US, and being that all the cars are in my name, it all comes back to my Easy Pass account. And 3 times this week, I have an automatic top up, and I got charged 3 times this
Mm.
week from Easy Pass, and I'm thinking it's got to be a scam. What the heck's going on? I'm being scammed. But it turns out they're just getting around to charging the trips through the tolls, because you can't pay at a toll booth anymore, right? Like, you have to do the electronic.
Yeah. A lot
They
of places
eliminated
can't do it
all
no
the
more.
physical
Hmm.
toll booths. And
Yep.
anyways, they're just getting around to charging stuff from August,
Yeah.
like this week.
They're
And I'm
really behind. Really,
Yeah,
really
no
behind.
kidding. I was like, what the
Yeah.
hell? Why am I getting all these charges? Like, we haven't been there in months. But yeah, it was like a trip she made in August. So, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. If you have the New Jersey Easy Pass, it shouldn't be that long. But the New York one, it depends where you go through.
Well,
Um,
the problem is she didn't take the physical transponder, right? She just drove through, so
oh, so
it
they,
had to do the
yeah.
matching through the license plate, and then I know they've got a deal with Ontario, so then they probably had to request the data. And anyways, so yeah, it's all of that.
Oh,
But
yeah. Don't
anyways,
do that if you're here. If you're here and I run through those, I'm getting
yeah.
a ticket. So careful, careful. All right, friends. Not much off this list. What I have right now is just APLD, QCOM, Nvidia. Of course, I'm going to add Tesla now that I'm looking at it. So we'll add Tesla to the list here. And that's always a good one to watch. And Peter, anything else you're watching that maybe might not be on here yet?
Um, I think we talked about everything that I'm taking a look at. The only one I noticed that some people were watching yesterday was OKLO. Good old Oklo. I still don't know how to say it, but anyways, and I have to admit, I stopped watching it after the open because it was very choppy at the open, but it made a great move in the afternoon, around noon. Yeah, you can
Mm.
see when it finally decided to break down, made a good move, hit the low, and then came all the way back up again. So, sort of good down and up move. So yeah, it looks like OKLO can be in play. You just got to pick your timing, right? And
Yep.
it may not be at the open.
Yep, absolutely. All right, let's take a look at what you guys like this morning then. Let's start there. Let's look at our chat. So I'm checking Rocket. Oh yeah, Rocket Lab we did talk about. Did you end up putting that one on your list, Peter? Rocket Lab?
I didn't.
You're on the fence?
No,
No? Okay.
I don't.
We,
I'm not
we
convinced
definitely
it's going to move very well.
we got the space, so why not? I'll put it on the secondary for now. So Rocket Lab on the secondary list. Pre-market after we talked about earlier, still looking a little bit nicer. So you are getting some nice little move here. Day looks great. Let's see what happens, right? So usually not our go-to, but Rocket Lab on deck this morning. Rigetti, it's another one that we talked about that traded amazing yesterday and today. They're down and up. Man, look at this daily. It's just beautiful. So they got some good volume. 7.8 million shares traded up. 2.6. Yeah, this is worth being on the list. Definitely worth being on the list. So it might actually trade better than some of these first two I have here, APLD and QCOM. I got them because they got news, but Rigetti might actually trade better than both of those even combined. So we'll have to see. So Rigetti, I'm going to put on the list. Thank you for that one. Amazon being mentioned. Let's take a look on Amazon this morning. I don't know. I don't know. Amazon, I think I have to wait and see at the market open how it treats it, right? So how did it do yesterday? Yesterday, nice little breakout. Yesterday, beautiful breakout yesterday. So again, Amazon, you can't go a lot off the pre-market because look at yesterday's pre-market action. It's just dead, right? There's nothing happening. But once the market opens, it does give you a nice little move here. Where is it? There. Here it is. Market opens. No, that's not it. This is it right here. 10-9. I was looking at 10-8. So here it is. Market opens, gives you a little drop, and then just look at this beautiful trading. Even the downside is good. So everything, Amazon's really nice. Okay. I'm convincing myself to put it at least on a secondary. It was really nice yesterday. It was really
amazing
nice
to witness that. Yeah, as you convinced yourself. That was great.
Yeah, it's just like, why are we not adding this? Let's add this right now. Okay. What else, friends? CRWV is it's been on deck with us before, continues to push higher here. Right now, 1.3 million shares trade as it breaks new highs off the daily. Right on here, you can see a nice little breakout above this 142, 43 area. Could be interesting. Secondary, it's a hit or miss sometimes. So I love the daily on it. We have traded before in the past, so it's traded well. I'm just not 100% sure. Two more, Oracle and NBIS, and then we'll hand it off to Peter to let us know what's happening on this beautiful Friday. Here it is, Oracle up 1.7. Oh, trying to come back, trying to hold their gains, right? These guys are hanging out at 240, at 250 and lower, trying to stay above this 300 line as it pushes higher here. It is in play, definitely trading more volume than it had been in the past. I don't know. I'm going to keep it off for now. If you guys see something gray on it, please let me know. But I'll keep it off for now. NBIS, beautiful day yesterday. Just look at this thing go. Definitely took off here. Today up 1.6, 600 and something thousand shares traded. Clearly is having this week, let's put it this way. This week, we're seeing clearly an increase in movement, at least, right? Not in volume so much, but in intraday moves have been wild. Look at that. Normally, this is what they normally do. This week, we've seen some incredible days out of these things, $20, $30 days. So that's pretty nice. Can that continue? I'm not sure. I think eventually they'll get back to their regular trading style, but worth putting on the secondary list at least, right? Pre-market's not going to give you a lot. Normally, their pre-market is pretty quiet, and normally they don't trade well. Normally, if you look at their trading, it's pretty flat, pretty choppy. But again, just this week, I don't know what's going on. They're really turning on the engines here. All right, let's stop here. Peter, tell us what our team is watching. Sorry, tell us what's happening for this beautiful Friday. So
yeah, well, it's usually easy on Fridays, all right? So we have no scheduled webinars unless you're a future boot camp member. If you're if you're planning on attending the boot camp in the next session, then you want to go to the prep meetings. They're a good way to get yourself up to speed, so you'll be ready and hit the ground running in January when the next boot camp starts. So that's with Mike, who's leading that. That's at noon today, noon Eastern, noon market time. You should have an invite from him if you're signed up and know where to go. You have to go into the Peak Capital website, go into the members area, and you'll find the link to the meeting. So that's at noon today for, again, all of the registered bootcamp traders for the January session. If you want to join us here at Bear Bull Traders, then just go to our website, bearbulltraders.com. Scroll down to the bottom. You can see where the deals are. And again, this is the place to go where you won't be scammed, where you can get a good deal. You can join up using the intro offer right through the Elite Annual, which is right now 50% off. So if you want to join us in the chat room, we've got a great group as always. Again, our members are they're not only awesome, they're good traders. They help you stay on top of everything, but they're really funny too. And I love the jokes, the memes, the stuff that helps keep you interested and focused over the course of the day. So if you want that type of community, then check out Bear Bull Traders. I think we've got a great place for you to be. So with that, don't forget, as we keep mentioning, if you want data for the markets, right, a platform that's built by traders for traders, then go to tradingterminal.com. It's sort of your one-stop shop for everything from news to scanners to, again, the Atlas tool we keep talking about, which is a data visualization tool for volume. The Academy, which has got a bunch of courses in it. I mean, it's got everything in there. So go check it out. And more being added, by the way, every day. So, you join now and you can sort of take advantage of all the stuff as it gets added. The functionality for the price is absolutely amazing. So check that out, tradingterminal.com. All right, Carlos, we're getting close to our time here where we need to hand it over. So I'll let you set a level or two, and we'll keep the show rolling.
Yep, absolutely, friends. Friends over on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. That's the only thing we ask you for is thumbs up. We won't ask you for anything else or join anything. We won't scam you. But thumbs up, we will definitely ask for those. So really appreciate it. It helps the channel out a ton. As we're sitting at 180, we'd love to be at 400 by the time me and Peter hand it off to Andrew and Brian when they join us later. All right, let's jump right in here, friends. Let's look at Rigetti. Was awesome yesterday. Continues to just push higher and higher. I believe we are at all-time highs. So let's take a look. Weekly, yes. Just look at this thing. IPO people are happy. If you're still holding from IPOs, you're a happy camper. So Rigetti doing some stuff here. High of the pre-market is going to be over at 48.75. I'm getting an echo.
That was me. Sorry.
Oh, okay. 48.75. Oh, all good. Low of the pre-market is going to be 46.65. And once you do that, you're pretty set. I don't think you need to add anything else on Rigetti Spaghetti. APLD is another one that's looking pretty good here. High of the pre-market is going to be at a 38.75, so I'm going to put a level there, and then the low of the pre-market down at 34.76. APLD looking really nice pre-market, good volume. Let's see how it trades. Normally not a great trader. Man, this pop is pretty good. This pop is really good. Up to 26. Yeah, man, this is on deck. This is really nice. We're going to have a lot of fun with this one, guys. So looking forward to that one. QCOM. On the other hand, QCOM doesn't look that great. I mean, I know it has news with the China antitrust stuff, but as far as intraday action, looks pretty flat right now. Started off good earlier today, as low as 158, as high as just above the previous day close, 166.26. But not a lot going on right now. Just hold on a second.
Andrew's cut off the room. He's taken over.
No. Let me mute him so he's on my ear. Okay, there we go. So quantum, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how it plays out. Again, it doesn't look all that great right now, so we'll keep an eye on it. All right, next one is going to be, what do we have here? My list. Nvidia. Nvidia should be an easy one. Nvidia here, again, you're stuck here between the highs and lows of the last two trading days. High of the pre-market, 194, and then the low just below the previous day close at 192.49. So highs and lows for the last two trading days surrounding the bottom of the charts there, and then obviously nothing above that as we are, again, just gapping up towards all-time highs. Really nice. Last but not least, it's going to be our good buddy Tesla, which, again, just this daily is just stuck here. This level appears they close now around 440-ish. Again, you can see all the resistance happening here. So just kind of stuck in that area. Oh, what happened? I can't erase my thing here. Oh, that's weird. Figure that out in a second. No, hold on. My pen got stuck. There it is. All right, so we'll see where that goes. The only thing you have to mark down here is the low of the pre-market over at 432.80, and then the high of the pre-market at 438.30. Once you do that, you're pretty set on a Tesla. So, yeah, Peter, give us a heads up of what our team is watching, and then we'll get ready for the market open. Oh, Peter's not here. Peter's gone. He was a good man. He was a good man. All right, friends. Actually, I'll do it. I'll tell you what the team is watching. So if I look at this here, I do have. All right, there it is. We have Jerry watching APLD, IonQ, INTC. His secondary list AMD, PLTR. We'll look at PLTR in a second. See how that looks. Mike is watching Nvidia and scanners. Gary's got a MSTR, oil and the SPY. Eamon's looking at Tesla. Peter, no IPOs, no SPACs for today. Peter is watching Tesla, Nvidia, PLTR, and secondary list AMD, APLD, and VG and MP. Oh man, Peter's list is long today. You just got a pretty long list. Andrew, he's watching CRML, Rigetti. Oh, there it is. Tesla, Nvidia, and Oracle for Andrew. Also adding Rocket Lab as well. I think Rocket Lab looks pretty good today. Also, Phil, Intel, Nvidia, AMD, APLD, Oracle. Brendan, AMD, Nvidia, Rigetti, Rocket Lab. Very similar tickers as we go down the list. And then Brian, usual suspect, Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, all tech there. And then DPRO, CRML, SPY, Qs, and that's it for Brian. All right. All right, friends. Minute and a half to the market open. Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Sorry
this.
about that, Carlos.
No, all good, man. All good, all good.
Nature called strongly, and I was afraid I wouldn't have a chance before the opening bell, so I took the opportunity, but too slow.
No worries at all.
Oh, there's my 1 minute alarm. All right. What are we likely to trade? You know what I need to do? I need to open a Atlas window here. Nvidia.
Yeah, you don't have one of these?
What is that? One of these?
I have one of these in my office. You don't have one of these?
Oh my God.
I'm not missing a trade because nature wants to get in the way.
I do not.
Oh,
I do not.
And these are comfortable too, because this one here you can just put a bucket right under, so it's even easier. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'll send you one. Send me your address. I'll buy you one.
All right. Thanks, but I'll. Okay, here, guys. Opening bell. Opening bell. Let's see what we're gonna get here.
All right.
Oh, Nvidia. Oh, darn it! I had that premise on Nvidia. The drop. Look at that. Oh, I should have.
Look at Tesla, man, too. Tesla.
I should have. I had that thought, but I wasn't ready to jump in right at the open. I wanted to make sure it didn't pop first, but
yeah, yep. Everybody's texting me. They don't want factual trades. They want feel good trades only. They want my feeling trades.
Feel good trades only, eh?
Yeah, based on feeling, because we had my feeling on the other trade yesterday did very well. So people want me to send those trades only instead of technicals. The trades that I fear are gonna go a certain way. So people want to hear. Feeling trades, let's go. That doesn't always work. All right, Rigetti. Let's see, Rigetti. Ooh, Rigetti. Could be long on Rigetti. Oh, Andrew's long. Andrew's Rigetti.
Andrew's going long. Oh, yeah.
Back to back. He traded it. Was it yesterday? He traded it too, right? I think he traded it yesterday too. So Andrew long for the breakout here. He's got the Atlas up. He's got a whole setup there, very nice. Um, let's see here. See what we get today.
I have gone short here Nvidia as it popped back up to VWAP. I'd actually gone short a little bit earlier, added when it popped back up to VWAP. I'm hoping it's going to
Awesome.
go red here, and that's where I want to take a partial. So we are red now, so I'm going to take a partial
Very
down
nice.
here, move my stop to break even. So we'll see how flow we can go. Hopefully, I'll stop out at break even. It's a little jumpy, but I'm hoping that it's definitely looking well. I don't know. There's orders up at 195 on Nvidia. Not a lot of orders to the downside. A few at 192, but it's actually the order book is remarkably empty.
Mm. I got a lot. I got a lot. Well, how did I get all these tickers on my list? It's just way too. I'm typing them in. I'm like, wow, how did I get all these secondary
Yeah,
stuff?
see,
I have way too
I
much.
just got stopped out on Nvidia.
Mm.
It doesn't seem to want to drop it as aggressively as I had hoped. I should have added more up at VWAP. Would have raised my
Yeah.
average price. Anyways, all right, I tried. Looking at VG, that was one that I was looking for perhaps an opening range breakdown or a fallen angel. Sorry, rising devil type trade. It it's I don't like it. I just don't like the way it's moving. So there's that one. Uh, and Carlos, I feel like you issued a challenge with MP, keeping an eye on it.
Did you put MP on the list?
Well,
That's
sort
good.
of, yeah.
How's it
Not
doing? I'll
really
put it on.
seriously,
Yeah.
but Tesla's moving higher.
Mm. Amazon. I'm looking at Amazon. It's setting up nicely here below the VWAP. So I do have that on my secondary. Not a whole lot of volume, but could be nice. Could be nice. Andrew's long Tesla for the break. That is a 1 minute ORB. 1 minute ORB. Break there, so that's nice. Tesla 5 minute ORB. Tesla. Well, no, not 5 minute ORB will be now. Not even. It's not even. It's not even done yet. So this is what I'm looking at. So let me show you. If you look at Andrew's trade, where's my thing? So so this will be 5 minute will be now. Now will be the 5 minute. Where's my pen?
Oh,
These are like not just working today. What's going on? So the 5 minute will be here. So I wouldn't take it there for a 5 minute. Right, 1 minute. I mean, you could just wait for a good setup, but the 1 minute is here. So here's the 1 minute break, and here's the 5 minute. Now that's finished, right? That's the 5 minute now. So he's adding on to his trade, but he took it for a 1 minute there. Amazon trying to get above the VWAP. I kind of like Amazon. I like Amazon. Needs more volume. Rigetti bouncing back. Oh, Rigetti drop. Rigetti bouncing back. APLD.
yeah.
APLD. 5 minute or BNA APLD actually. APLD. I like this. I like this. I like this. Look at the pullback here. That looks nice. 5 minute looks nice too. Wish it had more volume though. Let's see. Like the buying pressure on the 5 minute as well. What's
All
my
right.
feeling? I'm not gonna live that down. What's my feeling on this trade? Not feeling anything yet. I'm trading the technicals on it, so don't take the trade. I'll let you know when I feel something's gonna happen. Take those trades. Um, all right, let's see.
Rigetti, yeah, Rigetti
APLD.
just bounced off of the VWAP. That's interesting.
Mm,
I always find it challenging. It is a little challenging when the VWAP starts to approach the previous day close because it
yeah.
sort of creates a little squeeze area in there. Anyways, Nvidia, I don't know what Nvidia wants to do here this morning. Looks like maybe the threat is real out of China.
Mm.
OKLO is moving higher this morning. VG, the one that I was watching for a potential short, is definitely not. It's
Venture.
bouncing back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Venture Global, the one that lost their arbitration with BP and is now facing $1 billion worth of countersuit.
We're going short APLD. Yes, this is a short. I'm going short APLD.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it
You haven't got your
completely.
confirmation yet.
No, not if you have breakout. This is gonna be a
Oh.
5 minute engulfing. So see, I was waiting for the breakout for a 5 minute to the top, but seeing how this is struggling, this is going back. This is dropping. This is definitely uh not definite. Nothing's definite, but the way the price. If you look at the price, I can explain. If you looked at it, you knew like we're going down. There's a high probability that we're going down. Um, so let's see. Let's see. I would love the low of the day here. Let's see if we can get it. But the price action definitely was rather weak there. Right, there's no guarantees in trading, absolutely. So that's why I correct myself. But I have a very strong emotion that this is going. I don't want to use feeling. I have a strong emotion this is going lower. Or like that. Now, but all jokes aside, it is. I like it for a 5 minute or a be engulfing, right? So I was looking for a long, had to stay above the VWAP, but the minute it came here, engulfing this 5 minute looks great. So let's see if we can drop lower. The price action seems rather weak. So let's see. See if we test the low of the day here. All right. I feel it's gonna take a long time though, because the volume is it's got volume. It's almost a million shares per minute, which is great, but moving slow
Yeah, I
though.
see 1.1 million on
Yeah,
average here. So,
yeah, it's got volume. It's a very slow mover. We'll see if it can engulf lower.
Hmm.
I do have Amazon on my list. I'll check in a second because I got to keep an eye on the APLD here. See if we get our drop.
Uh-oh. Hate to tell you, Carlos.
Yeah.
Andrew's going long.
On APLD?
Yeah.
No. Why would he do that? I'm out. He saw something. Is he looking at Atlas? I forgot to open Atlas. Oh man. All right. Well, you know what? We'll we'll have to see. He might win this battle.
Yeah, there are topside orders in Atlas
They are. I forgot to open
on
my damn
APLD.
Atlas. I gotta make this
It's
part of my
not
thing. Yeah.
it's not hugely strong, but it's enough that yeah, I'd be
Yeah. Yeah.
50,000 shares at $38,
Right.
35,000 at
Right.
38.50, another 55 at 39. So it is stacked to the top side, whereas to the
Okay.
downside, there's really nothing between where you're at and $35. So
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna bail this 37.80. I have to jump out of this. Um. So if we don't get a new low here, this candle is important. No, it's going higher. It's going higher.
Oklo still pushing higher.
I'm gonna get out of
MP
this
is
thing.
choppy.
God damn it!
We're getting
Why? Are you gonna come back down or not? And is it a long or is it chop? I really can't tell. I'm gonna get out of it because I really can't tell if it's gonna come back down or not. Where's Atlas? I forgot to open up Atlas here.
I
Although
got it
this stock,
running here,
I
so
don't
for
know.
sure.
Yeah, I don't know if this one is going to be a great Atlas ticker though. APLD.
Uh, it's not bad.
Let's see. Actually, not bad. Not bad. Not an Nvidia AMD, but not bad. Oh man, look at that. Should have went long. That was my original feeling. But no, I would have been stopped out to the downside anyway if I would have taken this long. It would have hurt me to the downside. All right, let's see here. No guarantees. Yeah, that's I said no guarantees in trading. No guarantees, man.
No.
The only guarantee is
And no crying in the
that
casino.
there's no guarantees and there's no crying in the casino. The only guarantee is there's no guarantee. That's it. That's it. That's the guarantee. That is
The only
guarantee.
absolute is that there are no absolutes.
There are no
What?
absolutes. Yeah. Nvidia's messy. QCOM. No, I'm not gonna trade that. APLD. Oh, APLD. Beautiful breakout. Very, very nice. 38.17 is the high of 71 is the high of the pre-market. I gotta have Andrew up. I gotta have the Andrew indicator. If Andrew goes long something, you go you get out. You don't go short. All right. QCOM good. Nvidia. Tesla. No. Rocket Lab. MBIS. CoreWeave. Goodness, look at this, guys. CoreWeave, nice. Amazon. Change is the only constant. Yeah, absolutely. Friends, we're sitting at 299. Thumbs up. It's a lot of thumbs up. You know what? I'm not going to ask for more. I think that'd be greedy. That's a lot. You meant 200 thumbs? But cut their thumbs and send them to you like, here's my thumb. 299 of them? Well, why are you being greedy? Why you want more thumbs? Tesla above the VWAP. Could be interesting here. I'm not sure if long now, man, because Humberto. Because if I go long now, again, you do what you want to do. If I go long now, then I'm not trading a strategy, and that's important to me. Like I have to trade a strategy because I could trade off my feelings a lot and lose a lot. that's what happens. So, when you trade off a strategy, yes, you'll lose like this one, but at least I could explain it why I got in. Right, I got in based on a 5-minute ORB, 5-minute engulfing. If you lose, you lose, but at least I could explain it. If you're getting on only feelings, then that could be a problem. That could be a problem. So here it is, Tesla. Can you give us the pullback? So here's the breakout. We need this to pull back. And then the confirmation. You might not get that though. It's a lot of pullbacks. What do you think, Peter? Tesla. What's your thoughts? Looks long to me.
Tesla? Yeah,
looks
I don't have a
long.
good feel about it. Not my trade, so
Yeah. It's gonna go, man. It's gonna go. Video now. APLD, beautiful. They call this you know what they call this a bearish sandwich, right? When you get this thing here, they call it a bearish sandwich, which is supposed to be a bullish move, like the bulls are eating the bears, right? So when you see this, it's like a saying I seen on YouTube. I don't know who created it, who it belongs to. But I seen that on YouTube, like a bearish type sandwich, right? Have you guys heard that before? So I've seen this. So that's a good way
Yeah.
to go long, or to trade short if it's the other way around.
Well, I haven't found another trade I like. Again, I tried the Nvidia short. Sort of happy I got out. It didn't end up breaking down. So,
Mm.
uh, it is a Friday.
It
Usually
is a Friday.
fall Fridays are often better than the summer Fridays, but it has been a long week with a lot of market action. So it could very well be that
Yeah.
we're just settling in for a quiet end of the week.
Yep. Yep. I know. I have a great week so far. Even on my bad trade on Monday, profit wise was good. Horrible execution on Monday, but then ever since then, I've been trading really good as far as execution, regardless of P&L. I'm long Nvidia now. Let's see if that plays out to the high of the day. But yeah, it's been a weird week, man. It's been a weird week. Like we managed, but it's been weird. We traded weird stocks too, like
Yeah,
stocks that we don't normally
it's
trade.
been an unusual
Um,
week for sure.
like APLD, this is not a stock that I normally trade. Even today, we're trading stuff that we don't normally look at. RKLB. Let's see here. What are we looking at? RKLB. Yeah, it's very similar to Nvidia. The way it's setting up here, I don't like. For example, Nvidia. I'll be honest, I don't like this type of VR breakout as much as I like the ones that you guys know. I talk about this all the time. If you're new, you're hearing it for the first time. If you've been with us for a while, you've been hearing it probably for like the 50th time. So sorry about that. But I like the ones that come up, right? That come up towards the VWAP, even a little deeper than Nvidia is doing here. I like these breakouts, and that strategy, for those that don't know, is available on YouTube, so you can look it up. Um, and this one here, Rocket Lab, on the other hand, it's just kind of right on the VWAP, right? This is the VWAP, this blue line. So I'm not saying it's not going to work out, but I prefer the ones like look like this and even deeper than what Nvidia looks at right now, right? Even like lower, right? It's a little bit nicer because you kind of have like the moment. I feel like it has the momentum, right, to want to go. So can still break out, but it's just what I prefer to see, right, as far as the setup itself and the pattern. We'll see. Long Nvidia, we'll see what happens. Atlas says, you guys, I heard people say that before, and it didn't for me last time. Oh, no, it did. Today it did. Yeah. They'll work through that. They'll work through all of that. I know they're doing a lot to it. So they'll figure it out. Nvidia going back below the VWAP. Man, everything I touched today is going the opposite way. It's not good. What's going on with this market? I lost my mojo. Rick, yeah, it's nice. Good to hear, man. I like that. I like that. It's become a core part of your process. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. Um, it should be back very quickly though. The last time it's back. It's back in. Not quite there. Yeah, Mohammed. I think there's some pressure here. I see AMD selling off very nicely, so that's not helping my situation with Nvidia, right? These things tend to move together. So that's not good. And yeah, just we'll see. We'll see. So far, one way trade on APLD. We're looking for the low of the day. We didn't get it. It's a beautiful engulfing, but just didn't turn out. Rigetti, Messi, QCOM. Just no volume on QCOM. Nvidia. I love this candle here, but we'll see if that's gonna play out. Tesla, sure. Oh, I'm glad it didn't take that long. We're looking for a Tesla long, but I'm glad it didn't join that party. Failed miserably. Nvidia's what we got left here. And it looks like if I take a look at the SPY, this is not helping our situation at all. The SPY dropping like this, it's not a good look for us, friends. Qs below the VWAP. Yeah, it's not a good look
for us.
Not a good look. Come on, man. So we're Nvidia long. Nvidia long. Save the day, Nvidia. All right, so we got a lot of stuff happening. So Lambos and garbage truck. We have a video coming out this week. Did it come out already? It might have came out already. Let me check. But we have a video coming out from Thor this week. So be on the lookout for that if you're part of the Lambos and garbage truck family. And I'm sure there'll be more recaps and stuff coming out as well. Nice, Dustin. Good job. So you got a PLD. Oracle seems good long today. I did not have Oracle on my list. It's a good breakout. We probably would have joined that. Probably, I don't know. It's hard to tell, man. Oracle's one of those stocks. The price action could be a little funky at times. It's very difficult to tell if we would have actually went in on that trade. Yes, do the reverse, the Kramer inverse. Oracle.
Carlos, I'm like looking for anything to trade here, and I've got.
I know, and I'm just like, well, these two trades were okay. They're okay. They're based on signals. They're not quality trades. Well, if this one was, I stand that this trade was really good. Just didn't work out. But this one here on Nvidia, you know, could have been better, but we'll see. The nicer setup is, as I mentioned before, if it comes lower and you're coming out to the VIA with momentum, nice. That tends to work out better. The other one you guys are looking at was Rocket Lab. See, I don't like this as much. Still can work out. Rocket Lab is working here, right? I mean, if you risk the 71.20, you're up 40. No, you're up less. You're up like 1R. So it can work. It's just not ideal. Like this one can work, but it's just not ideal. So let's see. The market has to help us here, man. That's it. These stocks are not doing anything on their own. The market has to do something for us here. And hopefully north.
You know what? Oh, you know what I was gonna do, Carlos? I was
What's
looking at
that?
MP here, and I was gonna take a short on MP. It looked like it had topped to
Oh
me,
no
and I thought, you know what?
no.
Am I just being silly? Am I just being silly? And
No,
it would have
man.
worked. It actually would have worked out.
It worked. Oh, I don't
I just
know,
wanted
man.
to be able to. I wanted to do it and then show you and say, "Look what I did." But I thought, you know what? That's just silly. That's not a good reason to take a trade.
We
Now
will
I'm
get
looking at it
revenge
saying,
on MP
it would have
eventually, but
worked. Yeah, I
at the right
know.
time.
I
At the right
know.
time. The volume there's
Silly.
although it worked, the volume is just brutal.
Yeah,
it's
the
fucking pretty
volume's not
nice.
great.
But we will get revenge on MP eventually, friends. Trust me, it is on our hit list. We gotta put a hit list together. MP is the first one on there right now. Is there any other ones that we have to get revenge back on? Not aware of any other stock we gotta get revenge back on. So besides MP. AMD? No, we get AMD all the time. We do well on AMD all the time. But one that we have not been able to. All right, Tesla. I mean, not Tesla. Sorry, Nvidia. Come, let's make all our money back. That's definitely not the way you should trade on a Friday. Thinking about making your money back.
Oh, look at that. You hung in there on Nvidia. It's working out now.
Yeah, it's funny. We laugh about that now, like, let's make our money back. But we're completely kidding, because I know there's somebody out there struggling like I was when I first started, seriously trying to make my money back, like on a serious note, working really hard, over trading on a Friday, try to make my money back. I was there. So we say joking around now, but we know how painful and serious that could be. So just be careful. There's no making your money back in the market. Just not. And if you're trading with that attitude, it can really hurt you. So be careful. All right, 194.01. This is crazy. The trade that I think is not gonna work, or at least I didn't think it was a category 1 trade, is working out lovely. And the one that actually I think was a category 1 did not work out. The market does not need to humble me. I've been humbled already, so I don't know why it's trying to do that. Doesn't need to squash me down. It's already done that many, many times. I'm gonna take a partial here at 194. What level? This is the high of the pre-market, is what I have here. And let's see. So VWAP breakout, friends. Again, not the cleanest, I know, but VWAP breakout. Here's the pullback. Here's the continuation. We did get a deeper pullback than what I like, but when you have the period stay closer, you might as well try to stick around and see if it can get back above the VWAP, and it did. And I don't know what's going on now, but it is just turning on the engines. Okay. Nvidia does not care about China's anti-monopoly situation. APLD, APLD. Yeah, it's pushing up too. It's got messy though. Like it's lost a lot of volume. It really nice start here. Then here it's just kind of like a little bit quiet. So I'm not sure. I don't see a trade for me right now on that one. And I don't feel like I need to get revenge on it either. MP on the other hand, we're coming for you, man. We're coming for you eventually. We are coming for you. So we'll see. All right, Nvidia. Do we have more juice, Nvidia? I'm probably gonna take another partial here. Revenge trading? Oh, I did tons of revenge trading. I did revenge trading on the same trade. Revenge right then and there while still in the trade. It was so much revenge trading. It's not even funny how much revenge trading I did. That's why I had my biggest loss revenge trading. Yeah, done it and been there. It's we smile and laugh now, but it wasn't funny at all. At all. It was not
we
not
were
to joke about.
Yeah, we were disappointed in ourselves. I think is really more than anything.
Yeah. All right, we're getting messy. All close at 150. Jeez. I'm gonna take a partial here on another partial on Nvidia. Cool, deep, nice. Yes. Glad you went long. So you went long on Nvidia based off the trade book. Beautiful. That's the saying. In order to be profitable, you have to lose. That's the saying. But I want to believe that. I mean, you're gonna lose, of course, but I don't think you have to blow up. A lot of people I have met have blown up, myself included, a couple of times. But I don't think you have to blow up. Yes, you will lose as you're trying to. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna make errors. You're gonna lose. But I don't think you have to blow up. I think somebody can do it without blowing up. Um, So G-Man, you never did. See, I think it's doable. I think if you have a realistic time frame, good mentors, uh, community strategy, I think you can do it without blowing up. So, um, personally, haven't met anybody that hasn't blown up, but that's made it. But I think you could do it. So for the new school coming in, that's your challenge. Just make it without blowing up. It is possible, I think. White cats, that's not gonna go through, right? Those words put together. Uh, um, YouTube is gonna say no, no, no. Can Atlas replace level 2 data? I think so. Yeah, I think so. I mean, it doesn't hurt to. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're trying to remove it from DAS to save money, and then apply that to Atlas. I don't know. I personally wouldn't do that right away. Um, I will wait for Atlas to be a little more solid, right? Still get Atlas, still have the thing, and still have your level 2. I wouldn't completely remove it just yet, you know. So, and even when Atlas is running 100%, and solid, you got a couple of tabs on there. I don't know if I would get rid of. You mean the DAS level 2? I don't think if I would get rid of it. I like still having it there. How much is it now? Is it like $50 for this thing?
I don't know.
For the level 2, I have no. They just charge me 150 for whatever I get, but yeah. Sorry about that. I'm sure the developers are aware of it. And I'm sure they'll get the pressure to get this fixed ASAP. Like any new tool, right? Like anything new
Yeah.
it's out of the box. It's never perfect, but we'll get there. We will get there.
Andrew's still what? He's long Rigetti? What the heck? Oh wow. Andrew's like trying to kill
Nice.
Rigetti.
Nice. 250,000 orders at 195. You're looking at Nvidia. Oh yeah, 195 makes sense with the price.
Yeah, Nvidia's had those orders sitting there all day, so
Yeah.
they've. I wouldn't assume that it's eager to go get them necessarily.
Right. Or that is to fill, right? They might bail on it.
It is a big block of orders. I mean, and the number keeps going up, right? I see 264,800 right now and climbing.
Yeah.
So, the bigger it gets, the more likely it is to go there. Again, think of it like a big magnet, but it's also, it's also been sitting there pretty much all day so far, which is early, of course, but.
Yeah, well then I agree. $50 a month for just a level 2. It's for a starting trader, it's a lot. That's a lot of money, and this is why Andrew's thought about tradingterminal.com, right? Okay, how can our students that are in our BBT community, how can they have tools that are not gonna kill their bank to start out and learn? Eventually, you got to get the pro platform. You got to pay, but to start out, the cost of entry shouldn't be that high for education, right? And that's the idea behind tradingterminal.com. All your tools in one place, simulator, replay, all this stuff that you can start to learn how to trade before you start putting real money out there and then investing in a broker, in a platform that's going to be $150 a month, right? For a couple of things, to see if you're even good at it, and to see if we even like it. Some people don't like this stuff. They're like, "Oh, you day trader? They're not into it. They tried it, don't like it." Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I went
yeah.
to I was in the gym.
That's fair.
I was in the sauna, and I was there, and I just got relaxing. I love the sauna after a good gym session, right? Or even a bad gym session, doesn't matter. Just hit the sauna, and you come out there like $1,000,000.
Yep.
I'm sitting there, and the guy comes in, and anytime you go to the sauna around 2 o'clock, you got people that usually are not stuck in the 9 to 5, right? Okay, so I'm there at 2 o'clock. Guy comes in, you can
Right.
tell he's retired. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh," and I didn't think about it. Usually I tell people, "Oh, I work for a financial company that's out of Canada called Bearable Traders." That's what I tell them. I didn't think. Like,
Right.
I trade stocks. You're a day trader? I'm like, "Oh, shit. Yeah, I am." He's like, "Oh man, I did it. I was making money, but I hated it. I hated the stress level. I lost my hair." He hated it, but he did it. He did it for a long time I guess he was working like a firm or something. But he did it for years, and we got into a great conversation. But he did not enjoy it at all. It was like he made great money, and he was just not happy with it. So he's like, "Do you like it?" He kept asking me, "Do you like it?" Like, "Yeah, I love it. I actually do love it." It's like, "Oh man," like they went into some other stories, but some people just don't like it. I never ran into anyone that didn't like trading, but that one time, this guy almost hated it. Oh man, I was like, okay, okay. No, it shouldn't. So trading should not be your source of fun and entertainment. I agree, but you gotta somewhat like it. And that's just with trading, like any job. Like my 9 to 5 before this one, I loved that job. Like I would not be trading if that job didn't
So
relocate and let me go. I would not be trading. I loved that job. Like ready to go to work every Monday, happy. So you know, shame they relocated.
So I just got a message, or at least the news feed said Donald Trump
Mm-hmm.
snubbed for Nobel Peace Prize as winner declared. Was he
Does
was
he
he
care about
snubbed,
that?
or was he just not actually
Yeah,
in the running or on the list? I mean, I know that his people
right.
were trying to push for it, but I'm not sure if it's a snub. I mean, that like there's 8 billion of us that were snubbed by.
Yeah. The people that make these prices are like whoever watches the Grammys anymore or like these awards. It's just full of you know what? This is crap. And you got a few people deciding what they think is best. I don't know. So that's not a big deal. These Grammys and stuff like that. I can't believe people actually sit down to watch other people win awards. Are you in the business? Like, what are you doing? You're sitting here watching who won the Grammys or whatever. Like, dude, come on,
Yeah. So you're
come
not a
on.
big award show type guy.
Hell no, no. This is the most ridiculous
That
thing
was
I ever seen. Like,
that
they
was
should still have
emphatic.
it. No, they should still have it. It's great, but have it amongst yourself. Like if I in our company we had a award ceremony during Christmas time. We had awards and we gave gifts and stuff like that. We didn't put it on YouTube so everybody could see other people get like what? No, who cares about that? Like, do your thing.
Yeah.
People to look at the Grammys and what people are wearing. This is.
I was
I'm sorry if you love this stuff and and you're on it. I'm so sorry, but I personally don't get it. I don't
You
get
know
it.
what? Then you know what we need to do? We need to air an online award ceremony, Carlos, so you can get into it. Have you? I've been watching The Office. In fact, I'm almost done. I'm like 2 episodes
Yeah.
away from the finale, so I finally
Hmm.
can say I've watched The Office. I know I'm 15 years too late, but anyways. Um, but they had the Dundees in there where they gave out awards to their own staff, and they were all ridiculous awards. I think we should do I think we should do the same. We need to have the I don't know what we're going to call them. Help us make a good name for the Bearable Traders Award show. But
Uh, no,
just the
no, 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 no,
BBTs.
no,
No.
no, no,
And then
no,
we
no.
can give out awards. The most the grumpiest award recipient award goes to Carlos.
Oh no, no. I'm, actually, I'm very close. My one or second of that, but no, it's
Here.
no. It's oh boy. What
Uh,
did I do?
I've got I've got little flags. I don't have awards for you, but I got little Bear Bull
Little
Trader flags
flags.
here. Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, welcome to the
Oh.
first annual Bear Bull Trading Awards ceremony. I'd like
I,
to kick off the
oh.
night by introducing our host here.
Did you go on mute? I think you hit the mute button or something.
Yeah, he's just not doing it.
Oh.
All right. We could do a song and dance number. Ah, da, 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 da. No? All right. Carlos is not
No.
having this.
No, I am not having this at all. And what I am gonna have is a partial here on Nvidia, close to 195. That's what I am gonna have. Partial here, friends. So Nvidia continues to deliver. It's just, I don't know whose idea this was to do this. I just don't know. Like, how boring can your life be? You know, I can't say that. There might be somebody
Wow,
that's,
you're
I
really
can't say that.
harsh.
You know what? I take that back. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna mute myself.
Yeah, you're really against these awards. I mean, I'm not a big award show watcher myself, admittedly. I never watch any of them, but you know, and I guess in corporate life, I went to enough different sort of awards. They love to give out like business awards and stuff. I always thought that was a little silly, but it seems to be a thing that people like to do. So here we go. 195 hit, baby. What does the order book look like? Well, we still got orders. 196, 197. Look at that. Look at that.
All right, let's see here. Yeah, put myself in the penalty box for about 5 minutes. I'm out of it now, or like 5 seconds. But
Carlos, he's not
uh,
having any of it. Never mind.
no, yeah,
All right.
there could be somebody that loves this stuff, and they're like, "Here's what he's talking about," and and I like to be very like open. It's gotta be open, like to people's ideas and point of views, right? You gotta just be open, right? And that was not very open of me. This is my screen you're seeing here. This is Nvidia. We are long via breakout, partial at 194, partial here just below 195, just in case we're gonna, because we got such a big move. Like I see these candles here, and once we lose the momentum, I'm taking a partial. Why? Because if it does come back down here, I want to make sure I take some off the table here. If it continues higher, great. But at least once you get a big candle like this one and you get that little pause, boom, partial, right? And then we'll see if it can continue. So we're looking really nice here because we got the 9 moving average kind of holding things up a bit. And we'll see. We'll see. Atlas looking bullish as well. But we'll see. Are you short Nvidia, Peter? This is you right here.
Oh, I've got no fears of all-time highs. I will short an all-time high all day. So here,
all day long.
I'll show you guys.
Please.
Oh, and you can still you're still long on this, right?
Oh yeah,
perfectly
because
fine.
this thing can go down to 194. Give you your dollar move, and hopefully comes back up.
I'll get a great move, and you can see it's my second time trying. I didn't like my entry the first time, so I just got out, waited for another opportunity. I was trying to get filled above 195, but I got filled below 195 again. So again, no risk. Well, very little risk. I just these I've gotten good at these high of day plays. So
very, very nice, man.
Just wait my opportunity. Nice little trade. Oh. Mike, yeah, you're absolutely right. See? Absolutely. Not more than looking for a short.
Oh yeah, Mike did mention in chat, what a name. Michael Bear. Sounds like he run like a financial institution. Yeah, the Michael Bear report today listed Nvidia.
He does.
195. It sounds like
he runs P Capital Trading. He's
that's true too.
Very successful.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. Carlos Moreta, that doesn't roll off like with power. Carlos Moreta, no. Michael Bear, change my name. All right.
There we go.
But yeah, 195. Oh, Peter, looking nice here, man.
See,
Nice, nice, nice.
see.
Good
You got to
job,
see.
man.
Look, and guys, we keep saying this repeatedly. This is about knowing your strategy, right? Like,
Yep,
yes,
yep, yep.
common knowledge, or the common statement would be don't short a strong stock, don't short a strong stock. It makes sense. In my case, I've got a very specific, set of criteria that I'm looking for. I know what I'm looking for at the high of day. I take it with very low risk. So, it doesn't always work out, but more often than not, it does. And I just go for these types of pullbacks. Look at that big volume, right? With the uncertainty candle at the high of day, right? This candle you can see here, is exactly the type of thing that I look for. And yeah, take another little partial down here. It's beautiful. Real simple. For me, it's real simple. So, but it's taken 8 years of work to get real simple on that type of trade.
Yep, yep. Nice, awesome, man. So really, I seen you do this trade bunch of times, bunch of times.
Yeah.
So it's amazing, amazing.
Again, it's the rare it's the every once in a while that it doesn't work, that it really doesn't work, and that's when you have to be careful. Like if for instance, if AMD was just strong all day, I can sometimes just waste an entire day trying to short this thing, and I'll just get stopped out again and again and again, and it'll just never work. But um, it's rare. Usually I get something like this. And again, it might come right back and stop me out. Perfectly fine with that. I'm not expecting this to be a 3 hour trade. I just took it on the failure of the momentum because it was such a big number to hit, right? With such big volume that
Yeah,
it hit, it didn't continue. I took my little bit of profit and sail off into the sunset. And I'll let Carlos continue on his long trade, right? I mean, there's still orders. The book map
it's
still
nice.
shows orders up
It's
on
nice,
the whole
nice.
dollars all the way
Yep,
up. In
yep.
fact, there's a lot of orders up the trail here at the whole and half dollars, 195, 195.50, 196, et cetera, et cetera. So it looks long, more long than short. So here we go. About to be stopped out. Some orders are building at 195 again. Oh, whoa, is it gonna stop
Carlos
me out?
and Peter.
Hey,
Sir.
hello. We are
Hello.
Carlos and I are opposite sides of the same trade. He is long
Mm-hmm.
Nvidia. I'm
Mm-hmm.
short Nvidia.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I like it. And we're both making money. I love it when that happens. Actually, no,
Yes.
sorry, I just got
Well,
stopped out.
Well, you still made money.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, I made my
Yeah.
money. Again, I'm happy to hand the trade back to you. You go along. Hello, Andrew. Hello, Brian.
Yeah, let me get
yeah.
it in
So
the chat.
yeah, I took it at Nvidia trade too when it started to make a bit of an ascending triangle going into that 194.30 level, and we got
Beautiful.
a nice breakout through 195.
All right, good morning, guys. Carlos, can you put in the chat room? Oh, you were
Yep.
there. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning.
Did you have a good day? I know.
My fairly quiet. I mean, I got this short at the high of day here on Nvidia, at the all-time high on Nvidia, so that makes me happy.
Nice.
I also got a short right off the open on Nvidia that worked out. So yeah, so two
Nice. You're
shorts on
killing it,
Nvidia
huh?
on a day when it's hitting all-time highs. That's my crazy trading.
Yeah.
Good. I think Brian had a good day too. You were happy today.
Yeah. No, I my two best trades were option trades. They were trades on the SPX options. They're pretty volatile, so you have to be very careful trading them. But that breakout that happened right at 9:35 roughly, 9:38, was long the SPX, got a really nice move up right up to yesterday's high. And then we had those numbers came out at 10 o'clock, the consumer sentiment numbers, and kind of dropped or popped a little bit and then started to drop. So I shorted it using puts and got another nice move on these options. So two really good options trades.
Amazing. So I had
and
also a pretty good
the
day.
Nvidia.
Sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead, Brian.
yeah. No, go ahead. I was finished.
Yeah, I just want to say I had a pretty good day too. So APLD, people in the chat mentioned we did a really nice scalp on it with the help of Market Atlas. So it was really nice. I did actually record this one live. So I'm going to post one recap today about the live trading of Market Atlas. And this one also would be edited today, maybe over the weekend published. So these are new videos that we publish every day on YouTube and also in the Trading Terminal Academy and BBT Academy. So for people who want to know how to use this for decision making. Tesla was amazing. Also 1 minute range breakout with the help of Market Atlas. And Rigetti was a tough one. So I had a big loss on it at the open. The Atlas was very bullish, but changed quickly. Eventually, we got some sort of a breakout on it, but really, I didn't make much money at the end of the day on it. So it's just to make the profit back. If anything, I probably lost on commission. So, yeah, so we are working on getting to my account to $10 million on actually Canadian dollar, but same difference. So I'm pretty good. So I'll show it to you guys. So it's looking good so far. So let's see if we can get to 10 by the end of November, I guess. If I don't blow up, if I don't get liberated
This month,
again. Yeah.
the market doesn't liberate you
Yeah, from too
from
much
your
ego,
cash.
probably. Um, yeah. You get liberated when you get too much what's the word? Like
Yeah, you get
too
too
arrogant,
overconfident.
too overconfident.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
Nvidia was nice. Another all-time high in Nvidia. So Giang is asking one question that how do you has difficulty, execution and trying to follow. First of all, following other people never works. Don't try to follow other people. You have to build a system for yourself. And that system is called Trade Book. So read this book, very important, read this book, and I help you how to build a system around it. It's on Amazon, very cheap. All the figures, pictures, everything can be downloaded on our website. That actually can help you. What happened? That helps you how to build a system. So very important to read this book. That's the maximum that I know. This is inside my brain. Like that's how I walk. And so it's very important to read this book. And I appreciated a review, an honest review, especially in an Audible app if you use it because Audible, a bunch of people came and wrote some really bad things and I'm just 1 star. And it's too bad because I spent a lot of time on it, a lot of time writing this book. Like it was just too much of my life went into this book. And it's such a shame that you don't read it. All right, so market is coming back. Nvidia all-time high.
Yep.
Nvidia
Again,
all-time high. Yes.
Nvidia
History is
all-time
being
high,
made.
all-time high.
All-time
We
high.
just need, tell you, I'm getting a hat on the weekend.
Yeah, so thanks guys for reading the book. Appreciate that. So Trading Terminal V is asking question. Everything included $99. Everything. So it's no separate. There's no separate subscription in it. No, Admir. My style hasn't changed much at all. Like in trading, first book and the last book, I think it's really similar to what I traded 15 years ago. Maybe I changed a little bit, switch more toward the higher price stocks and more large caps like Tesla, Nvidia, just because these ones are very volatile and really good liquidity, but the structure and basis of my trading is still the same. So performance pattern, Mohammed, is coming. It's what you're referring to is journaling. So we're gonna come by the end of next week. So Edgy is coming by the end of next week. You were gonna have the journal. Here's my developers, or one of them here. Reza promised that by the end of next week we're gonna have it. What is happening with Peter?
Peter, are you okay, man?
I don't know. Peter's
Sorry.
I
Oh, my
think
mic's
Peter's
still on.
Yeah, you're not on
bad.
mute, man.
Hot mic.
Yeah, hot mic. Whoops.
Yeah.
No, I was just excited.
I think
So.
Peter's trading Nvidia, I think, still.
No, I actually I got out of that. It looks like it wants to go higher. Tough to tell what it's
Now
going to
you
do
got
here.
Tesla dropping again.
Yeah, so what's AMD doing? AMD also went down, and
Yeah, AMD's been relatively weak today. It's had such a huge run up, so not surprising maybe. We're kind of getting into a bit of a choppy price action, which isn't surprising, kind of Friday. Long weekend here in Canada. It's our Thanksgiving. Yeah, here goes. Nvidia's really testing yesterday's high, which is, of course, an all-time high. So
one trade that we did was APLD. APLD was nice. I think this was an earning, Applied Digital Corporation, up 25%. We got a really nice 5-6% move on it from 37.30 all the way up to 39. That's a really good move. And someone in the chat mentioned that I didn't have it on my radar. So that's another beauty of having a really good community, is that you have like 1,000 eyes in the market. And if you miss something, somebody mentioned that. QNRX was also on our news, and Benzinga also announced that. This is crazy. It's just getting halted. Queen Pharmaceutical. It's not tradable, really. This is also an example of a stock that is really not tradable. You can see just halt. Just impossible to trade. Video maker. Yeah, JT, it's a good point about it. Yeah, Benzinga seemed pretty quiet. He doesn't say much, huh? Yeah, this maybe we should find another maybe we should find
another
another
news service.
news squawk. Yeah, I'm sure there's other news squawk as well. MVP, Nvidia. Yeah, Nvidia broke all-time high. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
still going.
Yeah, 195.50. That's obviously 196.
It's getting it's getting so close to that $200 level. Be probably next week we get there.
Look for MIL and Apple Lincoln Biotechnology have formed a collaboration. Michael India Lima Bravo Zulu reporting third quarter results. Sales $633 million. Up.
Oh, that's nice. Trading news. Yeah. Maybe we should get the license from them. Somebody mentioned trading news. Maybe we can get it from them. So there's also a sample. You can actually click on it. Maybe we can get it for instead of Benzinga. How much does it cost for individuals? Isn't that pricing? Trading news. Yeah, that's nice. I'll reach out to them and see if you can actually replace them with Benzinga. If the Benzinga guy doesn't want to say anything, it's just like, what's the point? Thanks for this. If anyone knows any other Squawk service, then let me know, and then we can actually reach out to them for the licensing. Ben, this is irrelevant to the chat room. No political things, please. Financial juice, Nicola. Very nice. Any question, guys, about the trading? Mike J, our buddy, nice trade on MU. Nice.
Oracle breaking out. Woo.
So
Yeah, everything's
Rigetti,
going. Yeah.
sorry, go ahead,
Just going
Brian.
to say everything's kind of going quiet right now. The SPY and the Qs are just settling into a range, volumes dropping off. So yeah, go ahead. You were going to say something about Rigetti?
Yeah, someone asked, what would you do differently on Rigetti? Like at the open, the first trade wasn't that bad. 1 minute open range breakout, and as you see, popped up to 49. But it happened so fast that I didn't partial. But what I should have done is probably should have let it go because it was kind of flat. As you see after that, after that really was choppy. So let me show you the choppiness. So really, really choppy here, and was no direction on a 5 minutes. I really should have let it go. So I did try one trade here, and then I went long, got to stop that. Eventually worked out, but the choppiness was the nature of it today. And it's kind of normal when you have a couple of really big days.
To resume on in pharmaceuticals,
sorry, now Benzinga finally said something. So when something has some, couple of really big days, eventually becomes, hangover. But you never know until you get at least chopped up once or twice. So I wouldn't really blame myself too much on it. But it's a very, very ugly 1 minute candlestick pattern. Yeah, Timur, they heard me. Oh, it's canceling. And I pay enterprise license. It's pretty expensive. So Jim says the aha moment. Did you have any aha moment? I think switching to DAS and interactive brokers was an aha moment for me. And then adding VWAP was also a very big aha moment. This invisible line that things are, bouncing or consolidating around. Everybody now uses the VWAP, but remember, like 15 years ago, a lot of platforms even didn't have VWAP on their chart. So
Yeah.
really now mainstream, but it wasn't like that 15 years ago.
Yeah, you just didn't have the tools that would do the calculation.
Yeah. So you have to read from Brian. Brian used to trade with Muneshi Homa himself, the rice trader who, 500 years ago did the candlestick patterns for the first time. Like Brian was his student. Like
Yeah. Yeah. I was
Muneshi Homa.
Grasshopper.
Yeah, exactly. So Muneshi Homa himself, here he is. So let me find him a picture. So this is the guy who actually created the candlesticks himself. So Brian was his student.
I gave him some feedback.
Feedback, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, wasn't it? It was used for counting rice or something, wasn't it?
For
Like
trading rice,
wasn't
yeah.
it?
So
Wasn't
for trading
trading
rice,
rice? Yeah.
yeah, in Japan.
Yeah, the ancient, yeah. I'm like Yoda.
So another question is, how many times does the scalper take a trade in a day? Like depending on your account size and your goal, professional traders all day. So you're sitting behind the desk all day, you take the trade all day. Retail traders, I think, probably 3, 4, 5, depending. And, a lot of times I have one trade with really good money and then I leave it alone. Also what state of mind you are. But generally, I highly recommend don't, trade more than 5 times. Like how many trades that I had? I had one on Tesla, one on APLD. So that's 2. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I had 6 in total I did today. And RGTI was over trading.
Tesla's got a bit of a nice breakout going on here.
So Fardim is asking during the early trading, I obviously like everyone else, I started with penny stocks, Warrior Trading, Roscommon, following them. But I soon realized that this is not for me. This is just a video maker, so to speak. So I switched to more mid pricing stocks. Who was my first student? I think Carlos was one of the people, and Peter probably was the one that really, stood up as a consistent person. Back in 2000, was it 13, 14, many years ago. I think Peter was probably the first one that stood up from those times.
Yeah, market's really getting choppy right now.
So we all found each other through the community. Everybody that you see in the leadership team, everybody that in the moderation team, they're all through the community. Peter was, in that time I was working. I was working until 2019. So I had a job. So around this time, I would have gone to get ready to go to work. And the chat room was really no screen sharing after that. There was some blank page and, 40, 50 people were in there. And sometimes I was coming home, working from home, and Peter was super active in there, in the chat room. And who's this guy? So I'm answering questions all the time. He's funny, and he's always available. And we're talking about like in the afternoon, a black screen, nothing except the chat room that. And then I reached out to him that, who are you? Let's meet and stuff. So, and I used to do a lot of meetups back in 2019. I became Canadian citizen in 2018. And then I started traveling in 2018 and 19. So before that, I wasn't going to US very often. And then we started have this micro, and traveling was my passion. I wanted to go to different places. I want to go to LA. I want to see San Francisco, New York, Chicago. And I was just reaching out to this small community that we had. And, starting seeing people. I see Carlos for the first time, I think it was in the New York meetup that we had. And then we went to New Mexico climbing together. Then Abiel joined us. Abiel was also in Mexico. So it's just a slowly built grassroots community. And it's very fascinating for me, this community, because we're all building it together. And still we're building it together. Like, for example, trading terminal. We built it together, like all of the feedback, all of the testing, all of the patience. Like, it is amazing that there is a product that you build and immediately, 500 people or 200 people using it and giving you feedback. It's amazing. Like, a lot of people have built amazing tools, but nobody's using it. Nobody knows them. Nobody know how to use them. And it's very fascinating for me how it. And then Mike joined us, and Mike created the whole psychology. Mike got retired in 2018 or 19, just before pandemic in February 2020. He joined us, and he's in U.S. military. He was developing programs for leadership and management and stuff, and then he realized that very psychology. So he developed the whole psychology program. Yeah, Miguel, you're one of the very, very, I remember that. Yeah. Did you bring your son as well? You brought your kid as well, Miguel. Am I right? Uh, you brought your family in the meetup. So Miguel in Chicago. Yes. Yeah, I guys still got it. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. It's pretty cool. This market's selling off a little bit right now.
AMD is going to S4. Brian, are you in this with me taking a reversal on AMD? It's a little bit too early still, huh?
It's probably going to bottom there.
Maybe we can do a double bottom. Let's see what AMD is happening here. So one trading opportunity could be on AMD reversal.
Yep, here we go. The 227.50 calls.
Brian, I saw Brian for the first time at work. So I used to work in a company, in a startup company, energy company, and Brian was one of the directors. He wasn't kind of my boss, but he was kind of senior to me. But he was a pretty cool guy.
There we go. That's nice. So gonna take some profits here.
What did you do,
Got in
AMD?
at yeah, just some AMD calls. Got in at 133, out at 150.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, sold half, so I don't. So if I have to stop out, won't lose money. Yeah, Andrew and I worked at a clean tech company. I was actually he was a CTO. I was like doing business development, and we traveled together at various conferences. We traded stocks. I gave him bad stock tips, and he lost money.
Yeah, that's okay. Jesus will forgive you. CRML, but I made a lot of money. Like, I learned also a lot from you. Like, even the 920 strategy that you developed is pretty good. I made really good money. It's very,
Yeah.
very high accuracy. If you've identified well,
Yeah.
it doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, I made a lot of money on 920.
Yeah. So I'm just covering some more AMD here because this 9 EMA could be resistance. Let's see if we can break through it here. Said stop will be back at $1.30. $1.30 on these 227.50 calls.
Nvidia all-time high is hugging the all-time high very nicely. I think AMD still has some room to come down. AMD still has some room to come down.
Yeah, I think it's really stalling at the 9 here, 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart. Kind of looks like it might want to try to break through here. If it does get through there, then I'll take the rest off. If it gets up in the 280, 227.80s.
AMD book is still very bearish.
Yeah. Just about stopped me out there. Yeah.
It's going up too. So Nvidia 920, yeah, Nvidia 920 is possible if it gets there. It hasn't got there. Nvidia is just slowly running up. Nvidia could be
Yeah.
a good candidate for 920.
It just Nvidia right now is sort of flatlining. It's at this R4 pivot level that it's trying to break through. It hasn't really broken the 9 EMA since it started to break out around 955. It's just been using the 9 EMA as support. Every time it gets back there, there's buyers. SPY and the Qs are starting to break out here. I am going to get out of the rest of this AMD trade because I think it's not going to hold here. Yeah, people keep mentioning Oracle. Oracle's still ripping, eh? Tesla's Tesla's continuing on, lots of strength there. I still think Nvidia's probably going to hit 200, might be next week. Yeah, and really
AMT,
feeling like .com bubble all over again.
now I
We
can
talked
say
about
I traded in a bubble.
yeah,
I was always wishing that I was trading in the .com bubble, but now I can see.
OKLO is just crazy
Ah,
today. It's up like $20, up 15% today. This is a company that has zero revenue, and it's valued at over $2 billion.
Wow, amazing. What a great picture. Look at my belly in 2018. Look at that. Big belly. That's another. uh, nice. All right. So AMD could be a good, I'm really looking forward for AMD reversal if it goes down to below 226.
GLO actually has a short interest. I think it's like 15, just under 15%. Now, that number might be a little dated, but because, the brokers don't report, they report shorts every couple of weeks. So who's ever short this has been getting major squeeze. I mean, a week and a
Okay,
half
though.
ago, it was at 110.
It moved up 14% today. Wow.
Yeah, I know, eh?
This is crazy. Unfucking believable.
Yeah, it just took off right from the get-go.
Nice, Scott. Scott is amazing. Scott's one of our really good traders and a very good friend, and he's trading from a motel in Ontario.
So I
Very
like how
interesting.
he's got the TV. Did he rearrange the room to to set that all up?
Oh, I always do that. I always do rearrange the hotel rooms and TVs and stuff. So this is a Scott. He's in a motel room right now, and really nice. What's up with the motel room, Scott? What happened to Ritz-Carlton?
Yeah, kind of the furniture looks a little antique-y, which isn't a bad thing. Looks a little beat up at the bottom there.
Yeah, OKLO reversal. Somebody's asking about reversal on OKLO. I don't know. It's a little bit tricky to short it right now. Still is very strong. Did it do 920? Didn't even do 920. Like it was so strong that it didn't make it to 920. What about
Yeah,
APLD? What's that
well,
one too? Yeah, it's died, huh?
I don't I don't think 15% of a short interest is s- overly small. I would consider anything under 5 as being relatively insignificant. Certainly anything over 20 is big, but 15% is not insignificant.
So somebody's asking good question. Does the market atlas works for something like Q and RX? Yes, it works for everything, but the less liquidity in the market is it would be more useful. The liquidity of the market is more useful on the stocks and tickers that there's a lot of market makers that they provide a lot of liquidity. So this one
Yeah.
is not really doesn't have much liquidity. Look at the level 2 that I see in my chart is really nothing in there. So there's not a lot of market makers willing to provide liquidity. So as you see here, essentially there's nothing here in QRX. So right now it's halted. There is no price as well. So I wouldn't use the market atlas on something like QNRX. Yeah, AMD. Okay, so AMD is going down. Let's see if we can take a reversal on AMD. That would be super nice. So 225 is down. So Alejandro, what am I looking for a reversal on AMD is definitely a higher high and higher low on a 5-minute. Right now, it's kind of through that level. The market atlas, you know, it's also really bleeding slowly. Like for the reversals, I prefer something that sells off significantly. So a little bit more deviation from the band. But this one is it's kind of one of those things that is slowly bleeding without really getting extension. So you want to, for a reversal, you want this rubber band to stretch so it can actually bounce back. It's a little bit of a tricky trade on AMD. I'm not really super keen to take that trade. S4 is a support, but is it enough for me to take that trade? No, 225 looks like the bids are coming down more to 225. So if it sells during the day, which it might, maybe 225 would be a level. So see, now it's diving. So you want this kind of dive before you're taking a reversal. And, potentially a double bottom, that would be also super nice. But if it's just something that is just slowly grinding down, they're very difficult to take reversals. Okay, a low is also like that too. It's going up very, slowly, gradually with the small mini pullbacks. It's difficult to find the top on those situations.
Yeah, I think they breached a pretty important level on AMD. So now you're getting a real volume flush. This S4 226 was that first bottom at 1040.
Oh, there's a news or something like that. Let me see what's happening. This is a big dive.
Wow. Ooh.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just hit
look
a
at
short on
Accuses.
RTY off of R3. Woo! Like in
What is
like
this?
Get out
two
of here.
minutes. Let's
No
go.
way.
Yeah, I wasn't fast enough to get it.
What is
I, I
it?
was I was short RTY. That's the Russell 2000 futures at
Yeah.
just under 2,500. Or sorry, 2492, and we just went from 2492 to 24 like 74 in a heartbeat. Full range run on a wide range in 2 minutes with whatever just came out. Was that is that economic news from government shutdown stuff happening? Maybe what's happening?
I have no idea.
What
But
happened?
that was quite the flush. Wow.
Yeah, this is a big volume too on
Woo!
500. All right, guys, I'm gonna hand it over to Thor.
Oh man.
I'm gonna
And
leave.
Nathan.
Thanks, guys. All the best.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. And yeah,
Thanks, you too,
you
man. Wow.
yeah. Wow, look at this thing drop. Wow.
So
Yeah,
I
if
was
you're
short here, up here. I got short when we were at R3 on the lower wider range. So I got short here, stop above the box. And then just whap. I mean, that's a full range run. I was expecting that to take me all day. Yeah.
wow. Wow, what was that? Anyway, guys, if I'm going to drop off here too, so if you
Yeah, man. Good talking
check
to
out
you.
my I have a swing trade video I put out on the weekend. If you want to check that out, it's on YouTube. Just search my name. And other than that, have a great weekend.
Thanks. Great. You
Thor, have
too,
a good
buddy.
weekend, buddy.
I think I'm
Okay,
gonna
Nathan.
too.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that was man, that was one hell of a flush.
Wow. I'm still a little, I'm honest. I'll be honest with everybody. I'm a little in shock right now. So, that'll work. So we had an alert here come out on RTY. So as we re-offered it, up to the top side here, nice. Pocono PDT, you're short in Q. Oh my gosh. Oh, increased tariffs on China, Brian, is that what you're getting? So I mean, that was news. I mean, wow, right? So what happened was we had I got short here when we actually had so Nathan, check out the BS detector doing what it does best. Look at the
No,
so we were showing selling, so I went short right here. Here's my crossing signal. So we hit R3 and then threw a crossing signal. So I went ahead and shorted with the crossing signal, and my stop was above the high, target S3. I mean,
I know
boom.
I was thinking about it and looking at it, and as soon as it did cross over, I just missed it. Like just missed it. I was like, it's a good spot. Let me see. And then it just took off. I was like,
Oh,
you gotta be kidding me.
dang. Man, I was also in a trade on YM short also, but that one I cut earlier when we came back and made too many new highs and capped a really nice profit on that one. And then last night when I was trading with the people in the bear bull traders, we were actually trading futures. The news I think is increased China tariffs, I think is what's doing this.
Crazy.
So and then silver, we were looking at the room after hours during the Thursday mentoring, because every 8 p.m. every single Thursday night we do Thursday mentoring, and someone was asking me about taking a bracket. So we were talking about doing bracket orders. So I showed them what a bracket looked like on silver using one contract of bracket, and then I actually really liked the setup, so I went ahead and took it and then held it, and then around midnight I got filled on that one. So one contract of
nice.
silver making that distance is about 3.5, 4 grand on silver last night. And
Well,
then
there's
now,
your
and so I've made my so here's the fun part, Nathan, and you know this, right? Yesterday I was coming in off of a 4-day red streak.
yeah, I was getting ready to say that makes up for all that, doesn't it?
Yep, sure does. Right. So I was coming in off of a 4-day red streak, and then starting yesterday with having a really good NQ trade. And then another one that and then a couple more trades that hit now with the silver and these. I've now basically made the majority of my month, and actually I've made my month in like just a handful of days. Pretty wild,
2
right?
minutes?
Yeah,
In like 2 minutes, yeah.
wild. Awesome. YM was a short off of, it was near R6. We were just selling. So the thing that I really leaned into, so I really had like a great session this Wednesday with Dr. V. Right. And that session was when we were talking about in it, we were talking about like when to use the cams and not when to use the cams. Right. And I realized the issue I was having and why I was on such a red streak was because I was relying too much on the cams. Like they work great. So the indicator that we're talking about is the Camarilla pivot plays indicator that I've designed with Bruz. So the cams work, of course, right? But it's the VPA, right? It's the order book. Those are the things that I use that actually give me my bias, right? The cams are just a where, they're not a when or a how. And I realized as I went back through the past few days, I was really focused way too much on the cams and not enough on actually like the were we actually buying or were we actually selling? So I decided we added this graphing ability to the BS detector, which and I decided to start leaning back into the VPA a little bit and using my VPA, this. So then YM was we had went above R4 on a higher wider or a lower wider day. So this isn't a typical play, but because we were wide and we were crossing to sell, I decided to go ahead and get short on this one because we were far away and we were moving towards it. The really nice trade that I have is on RTY. This is the one right here. So there we go. So we're offering back up. right? I also got the silver trade, and we offered up and we hit the level. We also had a crossing signal when we hit the level. So I shorted RTY, stop above the box. 4-to-1 target. That's a beauty. I'll take it.
Absolutely.
So closed out my week like in just famous fashion. We called a short on TQQQ, by the way, in Peak Capital today. I really hope you people over in Peak Capital are still holding.
Oh yeah, that would have been.
I hope you're still holding your shorts. Because, please. No, I think that's an important part, Pig. It's everyone has their own recipe, right? Like it's Stephen Goldstein was talking about this, right? We all use, some of these things don't, some of these things are very, how do you say this? They're like physics, right? They're non-negotiables. They're like non-negotiable items, right? Buying, selling, these things are just things the market is doing. But how you actually get into a position, how you manage the position, what signals trigger you to want to take a position, that's a lot different, right? That's unique to every single individual person, right? Beth, I don't know about TradingView. I don't have it ever freeze on me that I'm aware of. Trading Terminal Simulator is not working. I have no idea. So I would recommend contacting support at tradingterminal.com or something like that. I'm sure they have a support on there. Because we're on YouTube here. We're not I'm not linked into Trading Terminal. You know what I mean? That's a completely different entity. I have a feeling it's the volume. When that volume hits. So yeah, I'm not taking any more trades. I don't know about you, Nathan. I hit that one beautifully. I'm
Oh no.
done now.
Yeah, no,
I'm so good.
I'm definitely got some
Got a little
FOMO from missing
Little-
that. I mean, like literally, I was like, man, it looks good right here. I was looking at the rolling. It went negative, then it came back a little positive, and then boom. I was like, oh.
Now, all right. So I don't have it. Where's my tinfoil hat? Ah,
Oh, do you still have it there?
okay.
My present
Nathan
to
sent
you?
me this. Okay. Hold on. Let me get RTY back up. Hold on. Let me show the monthly level. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry, wrong thing. Here we go. Show me the monthly level. Come on. All right. Oh well, what is it? Is this monthly R4 here? Can you tell? I need to do a deeper offset. Or is it monthly R3 maybe?
It is monthly R3.
All right, so monthly R3. Beautiful. That's even better. All right. So, all right, hold on. Get ready. All right. I think I'm going to go with the beret version of this today.
Oh, I like it. Nice.
All right. So there's no way you're going to be able to take me seriously wearing this hat. Right? So we're talking about a tinfoil hat theory here, everybody. So, and this is what's important, because when we're talking about theories, we're not talking about facts. And it's important for you to understand that this is bonjour, je m'appelle, right? No? All right. So, this is my French tinfoil hat. So, all right. We had news come out about tariffs, and that news just happened to come out right when we were under monthly R4 or monthly R3 right at intraday R3. What are the chances that all of that could possibly be a thing? Like we just happen to be in the exact spot we're supposed to be to sell right when the news comes out to sell? Like, look at my entry here at R3. If you do not believe that this market is a social media campaign in a highly manipulated environment, then you are an amazing, smart person that I love very, very much. Tinfoil hat. Right? So I just, it's just luck. I just got luck, Wahid. Complete luck. You've just seen me do it like 4,000 times over the past 2 years. But yeah, luck. But it just happened to be right there. Right? So if it happens to be right there, and so now what does this mean? Why do I really bring this up? Right? This means it is possible, right, to actually develop a system that can trade with the market. If even during high volatile, high news events that are supposed to be random and unknown, we happen to be right where we're supposed to be, right when we're supposed to be there for it to happen, maybe you can just rely on a system. Right? Maybe you can just say, hey, why are you selling at R3? Because R3 is where we sell. Right? So, but it's a really interesting thing, though. Just saying, tinfoil hat out here. We just happen to be right where we were supposed to be to sell. Like, and let's and I'm going to show you, watch this, ES. Right? Lower narrow range. Where was ES? Look at this. R3. Lower range, R3. NQ. Under monthly resistance 3. Above the CPR at R3. Right? We're not a buy, Sergey. We're selling now. I don't know if we'll be a buy today. Whatever news came out is going to piss the market off. Also, I'm going to finish my tinfoil hat theory. Hold on. I got another one for you. Hold on. There's more tinfoil to come. Hold on, I got to find the post. Where is it? Hold on, I'll find it. Hold on. Ah, there it is. October 8th, which was 2 days ago. This guy puts this. There hasn't been a 2% drop in the S&P 500 since April. Why would we post that? Like, that just seems to be awfully random information to post for no reason whatsoever. Like, why are we just going to tell everybody that we haven't had right? Right, well, that's called a dog whistle. Right, Pagano? I love it. Right? Like, all of a sudden our dude Peter here is just saying, hey, it's been a really long, but why now? Kind of, so in Pig Wrestler, I'm with you. That's what I've seen. Right? I've noticed that across the internet, right? There's been lots of people just suddenly commentating on the fact that we haven't had a 2% drop in a long time. And now he's putting it, they're putting it. If you don't think the market's not a social media campaign, I mean, come on now. That's all it is. You know, so I just find that very interesting. And I forget the name of the trader. Do you remember, Nathan? He was like, I think his name was Swagger, maybe. Was it Jack Swagger or one of those guys? He was the guy who had the algo that would just look at social media, and it would look for tickers that people are talking about. And then he would
No,
make trades
I don't
on
know.
that.
I'm not familiar with him.
Oh, it was really
Not
cool.
familiar. Huh.
I'll have to find his stuff.
No, that sounds cool.
No. So the hat is like Magneto. So this is what's keeping Charles Xavier from reading my mind, from stopping me from saying what I'm saying right now. You see, Nathan bought me this special tinfoil hat
I did.
because what used to happen is this would happen. Watch. I'm going to tell you all the secrets to the entire market right now. So actually, I'll tell you the exact direction we're going to go for the rest of the day. Ready? I'll just take it off. So for the rest of the day, we're going to go. What were we talking about again? Anyway, back to the day. I'm really hoping we kind of like bounce here. Maybe I think. Wow, when did the market sell off? Oh man, I was in an RTY position. Nice. Hit a trade on. That's awesome. Cool.
Yeah, hopefully
Hey
you
everybody,
guys,
look,
hopefully
I
that
got
made
an RTY position. I'm just kidding.
hopefully that made your guys' week. Have a good weekend now.
I love it. That's my French tinfoil hat. You got to have your French tinfoil hat. It's very important when you're giving up all the secrets. There's only two things you really need to trade. You need a complete day trading system and a French tinfoil hat. I really feel like that's really all you require. No? Okay.
I like it.
We'll put
Here.
that back. We have to
Here we
hide
go.
that. We have to hide that inside the drawer. Just because if they come in here to take me away, they can't have my hat. Sean V, don't do it. Sean V, that's not okay. I feel like the tinfoil beret should be available on the BBT swag site, Nathan.
I think so too. I think Andrew should put that on there.
There comes the selling.
I would definitely get one.
RTY, look at the BS indicator, man, on RTY.
Oh man. I think at one point it was like almost 200.
I've never seen it max out like this before. Like this is the most aggressive I've ever seen this indicator hitting right now. Like we're really selling right now. So like if you're thinking about buying, for instance, this is not anything you would buy. Like this, what's going on right now is a sell, right? Everything's selling. The news that came out, the whole market's
break your indicator.
This could be it, by the way. Like we've been waiting for, and the tariffs have always been a really good one, but like, you know, tinfoil hat, you know, mostly on, you know, it's really like, it is really interesting that everyone starts talking about how high the market was. But just a few days ago, everyone was just talking about all-time highs. Like, who cares? But now all of a sudden it is high. And it hasn't dropped for a while. And then right at the right time, at the right moment, we happen to get news that makes us start selling. I mean, it's ridiculous. I call BS.
Your detector called it.
It did too. I can't believe it called the cross too. God, this thing is so cool. You know what else is cool about the BS detector, everybody? What's going to be awesome about it? I've already built in alert functions into it. So we're still perfecting them, but you'll be able to actually, like, if you want it, you can, so you'll be able to, we're going to try and get this working so that you can do this. You'll be able to, let's see, go to your alerts and you'll be able to actually build an alert. And then you can actually use your watch list and you can actually use the buying and selling detector and you use the user line, or anytime the rolling line crosses the 0 line or the value of 0, you can have it send a webhook, right? So we're going to develop the webhook to be able to connect with like IBKR and different brokers. So this is where Bruz comes to find out all the stuff I'm going to ask him to do. So just saying, we got to do some work for you guys, but we're trying to develop maybe something that's going to just change the landscape of retail trading forever.
What else did you trade today?
I got my silver last night, and then RTY, and then the Dow Jones. I just stuck to the futures, just did what I'm good at. Bruz, look at the sweet, sweet call, man. Look at the crossing call on RTY that we got. We got the cam call, and we got the crossing call on RTY right there. I took it. Stop was above the box. Target S3. Look at that. That was a 4-to-1. I mean, it's fairly flawless, actually. So we'll let you guys know once we get it all figured out as far as how to like implement it and stuff like that. So, man, Nathan, I worked out like 2 days ago and my shoulder is jacked.
You've been saying that about your shoulder. You've been taking some ibuprofen?
No, I need to. I'm just living in it.
Do you have a foam roller or something?
Yeah. I got like one of those little balls that I'll stick back there. It's right in that
Try
shoulder, like right
to
under
do
the
the
blade.
scap. Yeah, do the scap. Foam roll the scap out, and that should alleviate some of that pressure on the front side.
Everyone said, when did the sell-off start? It started when I came on the microphone, actually. Anytime I come
Literally.
on, since I'm a
Yeah.
perma bear, as soon as I log in and say hi everybody, the market just starts selling off for me. It's so nice of it to do every
Yeah,
day.
can you do that more, please? Just give everybody a heads up. That would be great.
Wait, so no, don't. It can make it worse. What would you do, Pig Wrestler? Like it's like under the shoulder blade. But then it's here too. Like it's here, right? Like right here. Right back here. And then actually like it feels like a little bit right here.
Is it not here
It's not
or
here.
here,
It's not here.
but right here?
I know exactly what you're gonna do.
Nope. Tip top.
Nathan, Kumar wants to
Yes.
learn from you. How does he become your student?
Email me, Kamar, Nathan@bearbulltraders.com, and send me an email and we'll chat and see if it's a good fit.
I taught him everything he knows that's correct. So all of the other stuff I blame on other people. Anything he does right, I was totally a part of helping.
all the parshaling and adding
stuff
that I do.
All the momentum, adding, partialing, none of that stuff I take credit for. And I also do recommend Nathan highly as someone to work with. Not only is he incredibly intelligent, he's also good at cuddling. So,
oh yeah, dude, we will cuddle together. Like I'll keep you very warm this winter.
I mean emotional. Well, kind of emotional.
It's getting to be winter, so there's going to be a lot of snuggling up.
The Camaria pivots on TradingView right now is available by just typing in Camaria pivot plays. RGTI. Wow. RGTI. Order book is bearish as all get out right now.
I would be hard pressed to find anything that would be bullish at the moment. You think?
Look how bearish. Oh wow! In Atlas, this is one of the best examples of a bearish order book I've seen in Atlas in quite a while. This is going down. I haven't even looked at a stock chart yet. All I had to do was look at Atlas. Yeah.
Man.
Look at that shit stuff. Oh, look, we're right at ATR low.
Yeah, how many weeks of gains are we about to eliminate?
Look at that. We're right at ATR low. Look at how beautiful ATR low is. It's a higher narrow, so we have S3 and ATR low here. But I would not buy this. Okay. The buy on S3 is for a wide range, not a higher range for the record. And we started by opening too high and sweeping the sell side. So for me, this is actually an R3 short. It just happens to be happening in a higher range. Right. So the reason why we don't take these, well, in this instance, there would be no reason. This one's beautiful. But the reason we don't take this is because this big squeeze that happens. When you're shorting R3 in a higher range, you get squeezed out too much. So it's just not really mineable that way. But when it works, it can work obviously very well. So for me, I feel like we're likely gonna, I imagine we deviate ATR to the downside on this one significantly. I wouldn't be surprised to see us end up near $41 on this one by the time we're done. This one's looks really weak. Tesla, we got Tesla alert. Tesla is at ATR low, and man, has this thing been selling. But it's calling a buy right here potentially, but not on the BS detector. The BS detector still has us as a pretty hard sell. So there's not enough volume on these candles to for me to feel comfortable getting along. So what we're going to wait for is we're going to let this. So on Tesla, if you wanted a long Tesla right now, for instance, what I would be looking for is a very strong engulfing bar with a lot of volume on it. And I'd look for a reoffer of ATR low and S6 on lowered volume. Right now, we are selling way too much to try and bounce this ticker. So it's a valid play, but it would be an early entry. We would need to see this thing settle down. I mean, that's a lot of selling. We're on selling like this, we're not really expecting a V reversal. RGT, I just picked up some orders to the top side.
Yeah, so did NQ or MNQ.
We made it to ATR low on everything. So our short algos are covering. AMD is very red. Yeah, look at this thing. This thing is selling like crazy. AMD is just a short. Look how far on the buying and selling detector. See how far down on the sell we are. So we've exhausted selling, which is why we pulled back, right? Any of you used to use like tick and trend? It's not like those indicators because this is VPA. But this is this it kind of works in a similar way. When you get really extended from the zero line, you're probably going to exhaust, in this instance, sellers. So it's not surprising to see it pull back a little bit. So, but you can see here as the volume pulled back, it only pulled back up to about half, right? So, and it's pretty cool. So this is still very weak. I wouldn't exit this unless this came all the way back up and through the top of the purple box. If it broke that high right there, then I'd exit, which would be a lot of buying. So right now I would stay short on AMD. AMD's order book is also bearish.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a freight train. I mean, it looks like we're getting to what's that, leg 3 now? 1, 2, yeah, third leg down.
This can literally be, and this is one of those days where they run the news article at the end of the day and everything is a straight line down. And then they say, stock market gives back 2% of its gains in one day.
And Peter Tuchman puts out a post like,
do I need to put my tinfoil hat back on? Look at 215 on AMD is carrying a massive order. I would not expect to run away from that order with the amount of selling that's in the market right now. They're gonna go headbutt that order. So Ronak, I want to have a conversation about what you were just talking about right there. So one of the things I think you need to be aware, there we go, 215. What did I tell you? One of the things you need to be really aware of, all right, is the market you're in right now. Like, so you gave back 5 minutes, took away 5 days gains. That's true. But right now you're holding a swing position during a government shutdown. I would not be in that position. You know what I mean? Like, this is not the market for swings. When you have impending government shutdowns and massive economic news and all of these different things coming out, this is not the time to be holding swings. You know what I mean? So it's just unfortunate, but like I would really kind of look at your modeling and kind of really, if you're going to be a swing trader, you're going to need to get hyper vigilant to news. Right. I started trading. I'm with you, Ronak. I started swing trading, and I'm only saying this, Ronak, because of the current administration. This would not have been true during the last administration. Right? During when Biden was president, there was a different economic policy, and the market had a different reaction to the president and his words. Right. But with Trump, trading in this market is like trading in 2018, which is when I started trading. And I also tried my hands at swing trading and found myself insanely frustrated because basically every other day, some stupid tweet came out and it would tank half the market. Right. And then 3 days later, it'd be right back up. You know what I mean? And I just got so annoyed with it. I abandoned swing trading entirely and just went to just full-time day trading. Now I rarely even take pre-market positions anymore because even those just seem to not be worth it. Right? When the institutions are involved and they're really doing their thing is when I feel like I have the best shot. But yeah, just keep that in mind. You know what I mean? As you're looking forward and you kind of as you're just kind of going forward in this thing. Just keep a mind on that. Like every morning with my mentees, we have one of my mentees, one of my actually trading buddies now, Mohammed, used to be a student. Now he's a master, like Nathan here. And it's, and every single morning he gives my entire mentoring community an economic brief. So he actually sits there and talks about all the news events that are coming out for the day, any pending economic things that he thinks could scare the market. We knew that there was, potential government shutdown news and potential tariff news that was, on the books for today. So I wasn't thinking it was going to happen like that. Look how bearish freaking AMD is on Atlas. Just wow. Inside my private room, actually, he just does it for my mentees. The handful of us that are in there. He's one of my former students. That now he's crushing it. So he doesn't need to be a student anymore. So he actually helps me teach some of my students. Nathan falls into that category as well, by the way. Nathan was a student turned best friend. So Nathan is now the dean to my Sam in the trading world. So
Correct. Out there algo facing.
That's right.
Getting these algos. Teaching it to you guys. I mean, we're seeing full liquidation right now. I mean,
do we do
what's
US
happening.
stocks open? No, I'm a futures trader. Sure. Ronak. Hey, and do you know have you seen Dr. V on Trader TV? Because Dr. V's on with me every Wednesday. She's done a couple of presentations over for there. But yeah, Nathan and I both trade futures actually. So like my trade I took today, look at this. I got this beauty.
Dude, you might need to frame that RTY trade because are you still in it or did you just hit profit?
No. I hit my target and I was done.
Yeah, if you were still in it, man, holy cow.
So look at this beauty. I called this short out. I mean, I wasn't in here, but look at that beauty. God, I wish I was still in this thing. I made like an extra like 1,500. No, this was only one contract, so it was probably like an extra grand. So, but I mean, normally I'll hit 2 or even 3 contracts of RTY. So I wish I went a little heavier, but I'd already had such a good day.
Yeah. Yeah, and how you said your last couple of weeks have been and stuff like that just wouldn't
Yeah,
have been.
off
It's easy to look back now and think that,
but I'm really glad. So one of the things I'm really happy about is, although I was underperforming in the last week, like my entries and exits were all really controlled and everything was still really good. It just wasn't working. And now that I see this news event happen and how this is going, I have a feeling I know why now. This is a lot of when you're a range trader and you're squeezing small ranges, it can be really difficult. I was just missing targets. I think I had 3 or 4 trades get within like a half an hour to an hour of my target and then reverse. And people ask, well, then why don't you just start going out earlier? Now you know why, right? Because days like today, if I start cutting early, then on days like today, I wouldn't hit all these really big targets, So in the past, now in 2 to 3 days, 2 days, I've basically made my entire month and then some. So I could lose every trade I basically take for the rest of the month. I'd still be green. So I mean, that's pretty freaking awesome. So why futures over stocks? Oh man. A couple reasons. What do you think, Nathan? Why you futures over stocks?
well, I just kind of got tired of, getting a nice trade on Apple and then, Nvidia starts bringing the market up with it, or Tesla. I don't get my Apple trade, and the taxes are a lot better. Uh, Commissions are way better.
Way
And
better.
overall, you just watch the market. Like you have so many less tickers that you're looking at. I have 4. So setting up my alerts in the morning takes me like 10 minutes instead of like 30 or 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it just fits me a lot better. Just fits me in what I want to do. And
I 100% agree there. Also, to tag on to that, if you're
no
gonna go play again,
PDT.
if you're gonna play, oh yeah, no PDT is a big one.
So, your level of getting in is much lower.
So for me too, on top of that, and this is kind of an interesting thought on this. I don't know if I don't know if I see AMD being a V. I think AMD actually could continue to sell today. It's I really like the it's kind of like the concept of, like, if you go to play a game of baseball, would you rather play the game of baseball with, a team of people who know how to play baseball, or would you rather play, but even for your opponent, like, isn't it better to play against professionals? When you're a professional, it takes a lot of the variable out and a lot of the just unusual stuff. So I really like them too, because I just feel like they behave more the way they're supposed to. CRML?
I agree. Yeah, I mean, they do. They can be manipulated, but the manipulation just becomes so much less. And then when you're watching, especially, watching, live visual order flow and price action, it's easier to get to know just the same 4 or 5 or 6 that you're watching all the time, and you start to learn their personality and how they act. When you're trading, multiple different tickers a day, it's kind of hard to learn that. It's hard to learn how they react, what levels they like, how they react at specific levels. So
Yeah. And if you're looking to get more information on them, I would come over to Bear Bull Traders. I mean, now we'll cover them a lot out here, that's for sure. But like behind Bear Bull Traders, we actually have I believe I think Dr. V is doing some futures material. Actually not believe, I recorded it, so I know it's been done. So, and I think that's going to be posted very soon. A introduction to futures. Dr. V just did that course, and I believe that's going to be available very soon to those members of Bear Bull Traders. So yeah, Ronak, Andrew, Dr. Aziz trades here every single morning. He comes on at around 9:20 to 9:25 and trades until he's done. So sometimes that is, in most instances, that's all the way up until about 11 o'clock. at 11 o'clock every single day, Monday through Friday, I take over. And I have a variety hour, basically. So Nathan comes on with me once or twice a week, and we talk technicals, right? So like book maps, spot gamma, funded trading, anything you could think of. It's AMA. So we'll answer any question that you have about stock trading or futures trading in general, not options, because, well, Nathan knows options. I don't know options. But we like just recently had Spot Gamma on to present. We just had Stephen Goldstein, the Alpha Mind, on Tuesday. We're constantly working. I'm trying to bring on some market makers to hang out with you. So this is a segment you can really come back to every week, and get something fun that you'll, and get some material. We also try and be as edutational as edutation. I don't know. We're not good
I like
grammatical
edutainment.
speakers. But we like trying and
edutainment.
having as much edutainment as possible to try and keep things going. And then for anyone who is a member of Garbage Trucks and Lambos, we are now working on special short form content, 5, 10, 15 minutes, explaining major topics. Like I just released one on market auction theory. I know Dr. V is going to be doing one. I think Nathan's working on a book one. So we've got lots of little things that are going to be coming out for all of the special members of Garbage Trucks and Lambos. Next week, I am going to do a drawing next week. So a little announcement for next week. I'm not going to tell you which day next week, because it is my idea to make you all come and stay around. But one day next week, I am going to do a drawing for an hour mentoring. So a free hour mentoring with anybody who wants to come work with me. Skip the line for anyone that's in my wait list if you get picked. So just make sure you come by and next week, and we will do this. This week you got Stephen Goldstein. Haboob, Syed, you are not allowed. You have already been my mentee, and you already trade too dang well. But you can just send me a message if you want to just hang out and chat. But yeah, so next week, definitely make sure to stop by, and we'll do a drawing for a 1 hour hangout with me. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. Maybe while we do it, we'll do one with Nathan too. I don't know. Maybe I can talk him into giving somebody.
Yeah, I might
some
be
of
able
his time to. So maybe we'll do a dual drawing. So, but if Nathan's here, that would kind of insinuate what day the drawing has to be on. And I don't know if I like that. So that's too specific, because Nathan's here on Mondays and Fridays. So that would mean it would either happen on Monday or on Friday. And I don't like that kind of commitment. So maybe it's on Tuesday, Thursday. Maybe I just randomly do it. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. So anyway, all right. We're so glad to have don't forget to like and and all of that good stuff. We do have around 500 or so people watching. We only have around 400 likes, which means we either have a lot of bots, which if we do, beep, boop, bop, 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 boop, boop. So glad to have you with us. But for everyone else who is not a bot, please do that thing. Pay tribute to the bots. Oh my God. I'm in rare form today, man.
Well, you had a nice comeback from
I'm feeling good.
last week now to hit.
Is it a good time now to
Pretty good.
DCA? What do you mean, Ronak? Can you define the DCA for me? Is it a good time now to DCA? Like, I was hoping you were going to say, like, do the hustle, but you put DCA.
Interpretive dance. I like that, Sean.
Oh.
We could definitely do that.
Is it a good time to do dollar cost averaging because I was in a loss? Now it's moving up. So like averaging in. Is that like averaging down? Yeah, cool. Maybe. When you average, Ronak, do you start with a maximum loss, and then like you take let's say you're willing to lose up to like $500, for instance, but your opening position will be like 200, And then if it starts to go, if it goes against your position, you can add into it. Or are you just talking about like free rolling basically, or like, averaging up? So you're getting a pullback, you're already positive in equity. So as you're coming back, you're just buying more and bringing your break even basically up to a higher level. I was like making sure, because I actually, believe it or not, as long as I've been doing this, right, there's still times all the time people throw, because it's kind of like my son right now and like his school and like all the weird words they're making up, right? It's like I've been doing this for a while now, so then like now there's people who are coming into stock trading that are newer, and they're like talking about indicators and stuff like that, and I'm like, I thought I invented all the indicators, like I didn't know there were other ones. So, oh, I see what you're saying, Pig. So it's buy the dip, right? Every time you come down to the same like area or the same support at the same, you're gonna always buy, and then you're gonna buy it at the same, basically the same amount like every month. So no matter, so like you're always gonna say, I'm gonna take like $2,000, every time I get to a certain area or a certain time of the month, I'm gonna just keep buying, no matter whether it's high or low. It's just I'm gonna allocate $2,000 a month, and then I'm gonna buy it, right? So it's just buying whatever, right? Pig Wrestler, it's not the dip, it's just buying. So I'm gonna say once a month I'm gonna buy $2,000 of Tesla. Is today the best day of the month to buy Tesla? You already know you're gonna buy Tesla. You're just looking for the best day that month to buy Tesla, right? Do I got that right now, Pig? Awesome. No, kind of. So you would still do it on the exact same day of every month. So you would say like, you would say it's just I'm going to set a specific day of the month, like the 30th, you're saying, and on the 30th, no matter where the price is, no matter what's going on, I'm just going to buy the same amount of Tesla. I like it. Okay, cool. Thank you. So I'm not an investor at all. I am about as pure of a day trader as you've ever met in your life. I don't even have a 401k. I don't put money into a long-term account. I don't believe in it. I'm like Peter Tuchman, right? If I'm buying something for long-term, I'm buying precious metals, right? So I'm not really much of an investor. So I haven't spent much time doing it. I grew up in a trailer too, right? So we just stuff all of our money into mattresses where I come from, right? So there are some things like that. I generically really just do not know, the terminology. So thank you so much for the education, PW. CRML is strong. Look how bullish the order book is on CRML. I can tell you what, Atlas is working, man. I'm quite happy with Atlas. I'm right now I'm liking 5 levels at 1,000 with 1,000 visible heat, and I think my bid ask level when I zoom is probably somewhere in like the 25 mark, maybe. No, a little bit more.
I do
like
5 to 10, just
maybe
depending on
30-ish.
the
Yeah,
ticker.
and then I zoom out a little bit.
Yeah, but for definitely stuff like Meta, Microsoft, the high price ones at 25 is good.
Oh, I didn't
But I'll have some more
notice that.
videos coming out this weekend, or getting some done this weekend, so you guys can have some more videos to look at to understand a little bit more about
Oh
it.
my God, Nathan.
Finally getting enough recordings.
Yeah, I mean, for real, look. I need to get my tinfoil hat back out. I mean, look, here's our 4. Right? Here's our 4. Here's monthly R3. I'm just saying, I mean, can anyone throw into some kind of a concept? Like what is the mathematical probability? Because these lines get calculated at the, ahead of time. Right? So what is the mathematical probability that these things are going to do that on a news day with random news? Even the reoffer of monthly R3 was perfect. And there's our crossing signal right there. Look at that. Perfect entry on either of the two crossing signals. So that would have been a short. That's a short trigger right here. So I'd be short there. It's the same time I got into RTY short, actually, or very close. Man, that's awesome. Look, ATR high is just getting yoinked to the downside, man. That's crazy. When you retire, you want to move into a trailer? Come to Florida. They have these really sweet ones, like they're in like little planned communities and stuff. You can hang out and you just get a golf cart. So you don't even need like a car anymore, and you can just drive around your golf cart. If you do it in the villages, you got to be a little
my
careful.
mom lives there.
Be a little careful. You gotta watch out for the loofah code in the villages.
Isn't flamingos something too? Isn't flamingos something there?
No, pineapples are a thing there. You gotta be careful. You gotta watch out for watch out for upside down pineapples. That's a problem. Blake Gerald's not lying. What's up, my brother? It is the Villages it's a giant retirement community, and it is the STD capital of the world. That is a fact. They are all getting down out there in a so they have, if you ever doubt me, just go to YouTube and type in Google the Villages loofah, right? Like that, the thing you use in a shower, loofah code. Okay? I'm sorry. You're welcome, and I'm sorry. All at the same time.
You're gonna get us kicked off the internet. Or kicked off YouTube at least.
Banned. We should do another Florida meetup, Brad. If you come
come
on down.
Orlando.
Let's hang. Too bad you can't come down this next weekend. Orlando, I'm presenting on the Money Show.
Yes, sir.
If you should be getting the same cams with me if you're using my settings. Dude, I would love to do, we really should do a regular Florida meetup. You went to college for a year and a half in Florida. I went to USF. Beth, when did you go to USF? I went in 2000. I graduated high school in 99. I was class of 2000 through 2004. Nice. So just a little ahead of me. That's cool. I actually went to the School of Music there. I was in the fine arts department. I was a music education and performance major. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm 44.
Oh God,
right?
dude, you're old.
I was born in
Wow.
81. I'm going to present on Saturday. Nice. So yeah, we're like the same. It's like the crew here. So look at this thing, man. Look at Q's still selling. Look at look at this for ads. Dude, look at this for ads. Watch this. Since you like to add, look how we come back up. And as we come back up, look how we re-offer the zero line and then come off of it. That's the ad signal.
Yeah,
right there.
what's that? That's a monthly pivot.
Boom, yeah, and then you can stick it right there. But well, this right here is just the BS detector. The BS detector has a signaling graph with it. So you can see like when it's coming. So it's buying, it's reoffering, and then it gets right to the 0 mark. And then look how it sells.
Oh man, RTY got all the way down to like 120. That's crazy. Yeah, I
Finished
think
my
that's
MA
definitely
Worcestershire
the
State
most.
University business degree. Nice. Nice business degree. So Beth's a smarty. Haha, the bassoon man. You're right about that. That was my principal. Good memory. Bev. Got you fooled, suckers. You thought I was smart. Now, so that's the thing. Like, I was a music ed major. So one of the things with stock trading is I really feel like stock trading is not, although I am a decently smart person, I don't think that's really what makes me a good stock trader. I think what makes me a good stock trader is actually I'm a performer. I've been performing since I was oh, actually, check this out. When I do my Orlando presentation, I'm gonna talk about her a little bit. Her name's Valerie Gillespie.
Oh, that's cool.
And hold on, let me see if I can find. See if I can find it because I was pulling this for the presentation I'm doing. Oh, you know what? We can just Google because she's on. You can just Google her. Hold on. Val Gillespie. So check her out. This was my so this is who taught me how to play music. Her name is Valerie. This was her. I didn't even know she had a website. But she's had like CDs. I mean, she's awesome. So this is who taught me like performance. So I started when I was very young. Like, I mean, I think I was 12 or 11 years old when I started learning how to play. And I attribute Valerie for really like so I'm a very blessed individual. I have a very strong actually Nathan and I both fall into this category. We're both very blessed with having very strong mothers.
Mhm. Oh,
Like very
absolutely.
like his mother was a highway patrol officer. So and my mother used to be in the military. So we both have, we both come from, families that had a very strong, feminine presence, I guess you could say, within the family. And so I always found like a lot of these performance aspects and things I learned, I was really lucky. I always seemed to get put in touch with just these amazing. So Valerie was very instrumental in pun intended, I guess, in me basically learning what performance is, which I'll give you as we close out this segment, I'll give you the key thing she taught me when I was a kid. And let's see if I can do this without screwing it up. Performance is when knowledge equals knowledge of ability. Oh, sorry, I knew I was going to mess it up. Performance equals when ability meets knowledge of ability. So it's not just having the ability to do something. You have to know you can do it before you can do it. So that's one of the things that I really took away from her that I've always like really done. It's not just good enough to be able to do something. You got to know you can do it before you're going to be confident enough to be actually able to perform and do it regularly. So, and I take that every single day when I come into YouTube like this, trading live in front of, hundreds of people every single day, if not more, it would be a lot stressful, but it's not stressful. Why? Because I know how to trade. Right. So we have fun and we do a lot of things here. I really appreciate everybody. Nathan, I appreciate you, brother. I hope
Yeah,
everybody
absolutely,
has a
brother.
great rest of your day, and we will look forward to seeing you all Monday next
Yeah,
week.
have a great weekend, guys. Hopefully you got this move and enjoy it. Enjoy the comfort over the weekend. So
Absolutely. Much love, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.
see y'all.
Keep it green.